Darrell, how do you see this one getting underway?
Well, I think the Swedes are going to try to be close checking like they did against Canada earlier in the series. That's what they have to do to be effective.
Here's Robinson moving up through center ice off the face-off. It was checked off his stick. Now it's poked inside the Swedish blue line, but it's back out at center ice. Telvin moving it down over the line. Forechecking is Patrick Sundstrom, but it's cleared up to center ice now, and Sutter shoots it in. Digging in after it is Tonelli. It's checked away from him. That's Peter Sundstrom. Inside the zone now, it's Tonelli digging it loose. Peter Sundstrom jammed against the board. Sutter out in front. The shot, and it's off the leg as Larry Robinson was floating in the mid-slot area. Now out come the Swedes, and it's cleared down into the Team Canada zone, and Paul Coffey goes back for it. Golden opportunity for Larry Robinson. Here comes Coffey. Outstanding. Set up the winning goal in the Soviet game Thursday night in this very building. Puck is cleared over the line again. Canada's made a change. Goulet's on the ice along with Gretzky and Middleton. Middleton in the corner on this side. Middleton checked up against the boards by Bo Eriksson. Neslund back around the boards. Stopped at the point by Coffey. Flips it right back in there. Now cleared away by the defense as Mats Thelin shoots it down into the Team Canada zone. Here's Coffey at center ice for Gretzky. 3-on-2. Catching up is Middleton. Gretzky's shot, and it grazed the goal post off the pad of Lindmark. Canada putting the pressure on early. And it's batted it down to midair with a high stick, and it's called for a face-off in the Swedish zone. This is Labatt's Canada Cup on CTV. Well, the wave has started early here, Darrell.
They love it here, don't they?
The Swedes, most of them have seen this kind of thing. The ones that have played in the National Hockey League have watched a few baseball telecasts on CTV, I'm sure. Seen it in Detroit and Toronto. Now near the line, Anderson keeping it in. Clears it into the corner now. Out in front of the net. Nobody there as Gartner hooked it free, and it's cleared back into the Team Canada zone. Back to get it is Kevin Lowe. Lowe in his zone. Cleared through the legs. Out through center ice, and the Swedes come right back in. There's going to be a penalty as Nielsen was upended as he hit the line. So the Swedes will get an opportunity to use the power play early in this hockey game.
Kent Nielsen catches Bork flat-footed here. Kent makes a quick move, and Bork has to trip him to pull him down.
There it is. A little bit of knee into him. Just enough to draw the penalty. So Ray Bork goes off the 1:48 mark of the first period. Well, Sweden took advantage of penalties in the game in Vancouver involving these two teams. A 4-2 victory for Sweden. Here's the line now. Kept in at the point by Eldebrink. They're behind the net. Sweden flipped into the corner. Nielsen backed up against the boards on the far side. Back out to the point. There's the shot. Missed the net with it. Good hard shot. Stan gets the board. Clears it down the ice. Out of his net is Lindmark. He taps it ahead. Sweden regrouping with Thomas Eriksson. At center ice, it's cleared in. Robinson digging it out. Picking it up along the boards to the point. Eldebrink steered in front. And Peters is down, and he holds on. Is poking away at that loose puck. Was Stan. That is called for a face-off in the Team Canada zone.
This line of Stan, Nielsen, and Lube, they've been a big scoring unit for the Swedes against the United States. Nielsen had 5-point game, and they had 12 points altogether. They're effective line.
There's the percentage for Sweden, 20.6%, 7 power play goals on 34 opportunities. Canada has scored 6 goals in 28 tries, so they have a slightly better power play percentage, but for all intents and purposes, pretty equal. Sundstrom, Patrick Sundstrom, tapped up by Gradin to the point. Backhanded behind the net. Doug Wilson around the boards. It's corralled on the far side by Peter Sundstrom. Sweden controlling it. Peter Sundstrom at the point, slipping it in there. It's off the glove hand of Pete Peters, the Team Canada goaltender. Patrick Sundstrom in the corner. Here's a shot deflected wide of the net. That was off the stick of Wilson. They move in once again. Peter Sundstrom's number 18. Falling on the puck is Wilson. He tries to corral it, put it underneath him, and they get the whistle in the face-off circle to Pete Peters' left. There's Doug Wilson.
Boy, he's had a great series. Nice to see him back. Missed the game because of an injury. bruised knees, and he played very, very effective in the game against the Soviets the other night. Canada using mainly 5 defensemen the other night. Charlie Huddy did not see a whole lot of ice time.
So Canada, with exactly a minute remaining in the power play opportunity for Sweden, staying out there once again to take the draw for Sweden. Won by Canada behind the net, one-handed, but right onto the stick there of Håkan Loob. Loob feeding it back. There's Sundstrom. Sundstrom checked off the puck. Robinson tried to feed it behind the net. Coffey reaching for it in the corner, and he slams Loob up against the boards. Cleared to the point. Nielsen's got it there. Mishandled it. It's out of center ice. Canada just cradling it at center ice. 2 great moves by Messier. Cleared back in. Nielsen's on a breakaway. Nielsen to the backhand, and he lost possession of it just long enough that he couldn't get a shot away. And it's cleared off a skate and out to center ice once again. Peter Sundstrom's out there to Nielsen. Nielsen checked by Sutter. Nielsen loses it. Messier going in, and he's offside on the play. Boy, the crowd is live here. We couldn't hear the whistle.
Well, Larry Robinson made a nice play on Nielsen there to catch up and just hook his arm. Nielsen was going to make a little shift on the goalie, and Larry got back to give him a little hook to throw him off balance. Mark Messier is playing center now. Had a good game against the Soviets.
Messier, one of the targets of the comments of Leif Bork, the coach of Team Sweden, says that Messier and Anderson, to put it politely, have not played smart hockey. Have been dirty at times, is what they said.
Oh, he was referring to that check Messier threw against its Soviet Koven.
Eklund over the line now. 5 seconds left in the power play. Gets into the side of the net. There's the backhand shot blocked neatly by Kevin Lowe, and he holds it up at his chest. And the penalty ends. The face-off will be in the Team Canada zone. So Canada successfully kills off a penalty. Only 1 shot on goal through all of that. So Sutter's out there, Tonelli and Bossy. Mike Bossy shocked everybody after scoring the winning goal Thursday night. Told the gathered media that he was thinking of going home. His knee was bothering him. There's a shot that's wide of the net, but he, about 30 minutes later, I think after a talk with the coaches and so on, decided that it would be nicer to stay around for this.
Oh, we certainly can use him. He's one of those guys that's a natural scorer, and you need the goal scorers to win hockey games.
Sutter shooting it in. Bossy hustling in after it now. Bossy reaching for it, but Lindmark came out and flipped it up into the crowd, and is called for a face-off. No score in this hockey game. We played 4:11 of the first period. This is Labatt's Canada Cup on CTV. Face-off in the Swedish zone. This is kind of a 4th line for Team Canada. Stosny out there with Bellows. We'll spot them throughout the game.
They did not play a whole lot against the Soviets. Bob Bourne saw a little more ice time than Stosny and Bellows. But
here's Stosny now backed up against the boards. Stosny behind the net. Bellows reaching for it. Bourne tries to kick it free. Bellows kicks it free out to Bourne. Quick shot on the short side. They bang away. And it winds up coming out onto the stick of Thomas Gradin. Thomas Gradin at center ice. Bourne comes back, checks him. The loose puck is picked up by Stosny and tried to feed it back to the defense. The Swedes come back over the line now. Patrick Sundstrom checked by Stosny off the boards in the corner. Sundstrom out in front. It's knocked away from the goal mouth area by Robinson. In there, and Robinson got his knee in front of that one and then cleared it down the ice. Lindmark, as the icing is waved off, comes out of the net. Leaves it there for Selvane. Around the boards, and Bellows had an open net to shoot at and hoisted it over top of the net. Coffey to the side of the net, wide. Moving in at the point is Huddy. Knocked away. Gradin against the boards along with Stosny. They bang away at it. It goes right through Bellows' legs and out to center ice where Doug Wilson gets it to Huddy. Huddy back to Wilson. Wilson moving up now. Wilson clearing it ahead for Middleton. He just couldn't hold it. It was deflected away from him. Back out at center ice, Patrick Sundstrom clearing it in. Peters up along the boards quickly for Goulet. Goulet ahead. Stan couldn't pick it up. Back to the defense. Eldebrink through center ice. Nielsen drops it off for Loob. They crisscross, but it's stolen. At center ice, here comes Goulet. Goulet's shot. He's wide of the net with that. Back out along the boards, Gretzky trying to flip it ahead. Stan bringing it back out to center ice. That's deflected away by Wilson. Wilson's over the line, makes a good move, but it rolled away from him, and Goulet was unable to contain it. Now here's Gretzky flipping it in there. And turned around on the play was Middleton. Back comes Lube. Hook on Lube, but center ice for Sweden. Over the line. Lube, and he's checked by Wilson. The loose puck comes to Kent Nielsen, who got a weak shot wide of the net. Nielsen out in front. There's a shot wide of the net as Lube was parked in front. Nielsen back behind the net again. And the net is off its mooring, so it's called for a face-off in the Team Canada zone.
Well, a good opportunity there for Sweden. Kent Nielsen making a fine play behind the net out to Lube, who didn't catch the puck right, missed the net.
6:16 gone in the first period. No score. Shots on goal, 1 apiece. So it's been a tentative kind of first 6 minutes and 16 seconds.
Been some close checking. There hasn't been many scoring opportunities, that's for sure. They're kind of feeling each other out. The tempo isn't as high as it was the other night, that's for sure.
Eklund out there centering a line with Hawkinson and Neslin. Out of center ice, though, for Canada. Over the line, Messier beating his wingers, cutting in front of that shot. Oh, save was made by Lindmark. Knocked down in front of the net by Messier, but he couldn't hold it again. Back at the defense. Had trouble handling it right along the line. The Swedes pick it up as Hawkinson. Turning around, coming back as Neslin. He shoots it in. And it's Peters at the side of the net. Bork is there. Bork starting out. To his own blue line to center ice. Bork still with it. He backhands it into the Swedish zone. Digging in after it is Gartner along the boards. The Swedes try to come out once again, and it rolls free to center ice. Robinson. He gets the return pass. Robinson out there with Coffey again around the boards. Helene trying to keep it in. Now it's center ice. Here's Tonelli. Tonelli digging for the blue line, and he is stopped by Bo Eriksson, who just checked him on the play. Neslin then shoots it back into the Team Canada zone. Robinson's back there. It's cleared up along the boards for Tonelli. He feeds it back to the defense. Now the Swedes once again. Brodin trying to hit the line. Robinson with the pass to Tonelli. Tonelli making a move inside the blue line, and he is tied up by the defense. Good effort there. And it's cleared back out near the line. Now moving back after it is Telvin. Bossy picks it up, clears it in front. It's flipped in there, wide of the net. Bossy's got it again. Behind the net, trying to get it in front. Tonelli is upended. Sutter gets it out in front. Went right by Coffey and pinched in, and out come the Swedes very quickly on a 2-on-1. Sundstrom, the brothers, try to clear it in front. Robinson was right there. Now Anderson clearing it in deep. This is Peter Sundstrom along the boards, and the shot, the glove save is made by Peters. The biggest early save of the hockey game. No score. This is Labatt's Canada Cup on CTV.
A fine stop by Pete Peters there on Thomas Eriksson. A shot from the point. Good play by Peter Sundstrom to get that puck out to Thomas Eriksson.
8:04 gone in the first period. Shots on goal now have gone Sweden's way. Change that. They have gone Canada's way. This is a Swedish home game, by the way. They're positioned ahead of Canada in the standings. Gets them that right in games 1 and 3, should it go that far. And against the boards now. And Stan pins it in there, and they got another face-off deep in the Team Canada zone. This program is broadcast under rights granted by Hockey Canada and the NHL Players Association. It's protected by copyright and is intended for the private use of our audience. Any rebroadcast, retransmission, or reuse of this program without the express written permission of the CTV Television Network and TV Labatt is forbidden. Puck is in front of the net. Backhand shot by Nielsen, and the save again is made by Peters. Bourne on the far boards. Checked in against the boards there by Håkan Lube. Stastny, and it's finally hooked out to center ice once again. Thomas Eriksson back into his own zone for Elderbrink. Nielsen along the boards at his own blue line. Stan shooting it back into the Team Canada zone. Wilson dropping it back inside his zone. Stastny stopped by Stan. He's back over the line now. Nielsen can't reach that pass. Team Canada regroups with Huddy to Wilson. Wilson getting a lot more ice time than he got the other night against the Soviets as he was coming back from that knee problem he had. Elderbrink back deep in his own zone, clears it straight up ice. Nielsen hops past the blue line, gets the puck over the line, and then has forced back as the defense covered up. Bork got back on the play. Now Lube cutting to the side of the net. Bork's there with him in the corner. Back out the blue line. That shot is blocked. Eriksson let that go. Lube shoots it rink wide. Here's a quick shot across in front of the net by Nielsen. Stan couldn't reach that. Bork against the boards. Bork. And he's Ball's on top of the puck, so we'll have a face-off in the Team Canada zone once again. So there's not the tempo we saw the other night early going as the Checkers have taken over, and you look at Thomas Steen. You may note a variance of pronunciation from what you hear in the North American broadcasts involving some of these players. Since it is Team Sweden, we thought we'd go down and make sure about pronunciations and how they would prefer to have their names said. And Thomas Steen is the correct way in Sweden. I think he's called Steen in Winnipeg. That's right. Here's Middleton. Håkan Loob. Nesland. There's a chance for Middleton. Goulet's in the corner now. Is turning with it is Thelin. He clears it out to center ice, and Bork's got it. Bork fading back near his own line. And Canada regrouping. Out they come once again. Kevin Lowe unable to get loose. Now it's over the line. Goulet's got the puck. Gretzky's with it. Hopped over his stick. Here's Middleton against the boards, trying to control it against Nesland. Middleton turning, cleared into the corner for Goulet. Gretzky along the boards, and he's roughed up against the boards there by Thelin, and it's out to center ice. Eklund can't contain it, neither can Nesland. Back to the line, and Gretzky couldn't reach that. Lindmark comes way out of the net and covers up and holds for a face-off. And again, you note that would be a penalty in the National Hockey League for a delay of game, but in international rules, it's done commonly.
A lot of times you see the goalies in international teams come out behind the net, and they're not very good at handling the puck there because the rinks are bigger overseas. There's more area behind the net, and they don't come out as much over there. So when they get out of the net, they really don't know what to do with the puck. They're unfamiliar with that situation.
So the draw with Messier at center ice, taking it against Patrick Sundstrom. Gartner on the line with Anderson, and Messier taking the draw again. The Sundstrom twins, and also out there Gradin along the boards. Anderson jam away at it. They get another face-off inside the Swedish zone. No score yet. This is Labatt's Canada Cup on CTV. Now Mark Messier will take the draw about 10 feet inside the blue line. He's been in a bit of controversy here. That's the elbow or high sticking or whatever of Koven of the Soviet Union, which caused a lot of talk. Got Koven for 25 stitches. And of course, Leif Bork, the coach of Team Sweden, singled him out as well. But they've moved him to center ice, and he's been much more effective. He's got that ability, that tremendous skating ability to roam a little bit.
Well, this line has great speed with Gartner and Anderson on the wings.
Here's Robinson shooting it in. Bouncing puck. Poppy moved in, but he just couldn't control it. Now it's flipped into the corner again. There's Thelin. Out near the line. Knocked down is Sundstrom out there. Spun around on the play. There's going to be a holding penalty called, I believe, on Paul Poppy outside the blue line. And so Canada goes shorthanded once again.
Well, earlier in the series, in a few games, the Canadians took quite a few penalties, and they cost them. Here we two right off the bat here.
Well, you see it right at the blue line. Now Coffey will move into your picture, and he just put the clutch on him. That's what he did. .10:51, the time of the penalty. Coffey off for holding. Shots on goal right now, 4-3 favor Canada. Sutter takes the draw, wins it cleanly, back to Kevin Lowe. Lowe and Bork, the defensive pairing for the penalty-killing situation. Sutter and Tonelli. Tonelli's the one hustling right behind the net, and he nearly stole that puck away. There's Tonelli again. Has he been dominant? Out they come now. On to Eldebrink. Eldebrink moving it through center ice, shoots it in. Bork will take it behind the net from Peters. Bork backhanding it, trying to get it to Tonelli. Couldn't, it didn't reach him. Bouncing puck, quick shot, short, they score on the rebound. And Sweden has gone ahead on a power play goal. Håkan Loob got his own rebound. He got behind the defense on that play. Here it comes. Follow the bouncing puck.
There it is. The rebound comes out. Pete's down, and Loob shoots it in. Earlier, though, Pete had the puck behind the net, and he gave it to Bork on his backhand, and Bork had nothing to do but try to shovel it out on his backhand, and he didn't get good one on the puck to get it out of there.
So Scored an unassisted goal to Louvre. And Sweden leads 1-0. They've been playing it very cozily here. Over the line, Goulet unable to get loose. Now it's cleared ahead. Eklund. And over the line, Bork. Naslund moving in. Naslund around behind the net now. Bouncing puck, and he gets it out to the point for Eriksson. Eriksson back in for Naslund. Naslund trying to duck away from the checking of Goulet, and is taken away against the boards by Bork. He shoots it behind the net. Low on the far side now. It is flipped out to center ice. Knocked down out there by Thelin, and I don't know why that whistle went. In any case, we'll have a face-off in the center ice zone. Sweden leading 1-0. This is Labatt's Canada Cup on CTV. So the face-off in the center ice zone. I'm Ron Roosh along with Darryl Sittler at the Olympic Saddle Dome in Calgary. Game 1 of the Canada Cup final.
The Swedes playing a very conservative hockey game. They got lots of times 4 guys back along the blue line, standing the Canadian forwards up. They're not taking any chances and going in and forechecking.
Robinson's got it at center ice. He shoots it in. Here's Sutter moving in after that puck. Here's Bossy! And everybody fanned on it, including Bossy. Went right into the corner. Out come the Swedes again. Radin over the line now. He drops it off. Sundstrom trying to move it in front of the net. Takes a big hit there from Doug Wilson. Robinson ahead for Sutter. At center ice, Sutter. Backhanding it in now. Tonelli will move in after it as Lindmark clears it into the corner. They move it ahead for Gradin. Gradin at center ice now with Sundstrom. And it is whistled down. And again, we don't know why, but we'll have a net is off the moorings again down in the Team Canada zone. And Eddie Westfall's down below, down in the corner in the Swedish end. Eddie?
Thank you, Ron. With me, Bob Cable, but not as an official with Labatt's, Bob, but as an ex-NHL player. Do you see something that Canada's not doing that they did the other night against the Soviet Union?
Well, Eddie, I think they're playing too much as individuals. I don't think that they're creating that same type of intensity that they did against the Soviet Union. I think they're going to have to start to dump it in and get the 2 men in a hurry. They're just going to have to pressure them in their own zone. They seem to be sitting back now, trying to make too many cute passes, and the Swedes are just waiting for them to make mistakes.
Thank you.
Good point. Puck is inside the line, and here comes Canada now with Anderson trying to scoot around the defense, but Eriksson's there on top and rolls out in front of the net, but Stan picks it up. Throws it out to center ice once again. Bork, we're out there with Lowe right now. Lowe gets the return pass off the board, shoots it in. Hustling it after it now. Messier out in front. Quick shot, he scores! Mike Gardner, beautifully set up by Mark Messier.
Well, that's when the speed comes in there. Messier beat the defenseman in the corner for the puck. Takes it on his back end and throws it right out to Mike Gardner.
Mike Gardner, the Washington Capitals. Here it comes.
There's Messier with his speed, having a little look. Threads the needle. Perfect play. Nice shot by Mike Gardner.
Well, he got in there alone. The defense got caught. Gardner doesn't miss too many of those. So Mike Gardner picking up his 3rd goal of the Canada Cup and ties it up. That's a big goal. Very important at this stage with Canada seeming to have some problems with the checking. Here's Naslund going in. Wilson hooks it out over the blue line. Eriksson's got it out there. Backhands it right back into the Team Canada zone now. Middleton behind the net for Wilson. Wilson stopped up back there. Ahead now for Gretzky at center ice. Gretzky hooked away from him. Naslund doing the checking there. Now he's got it over the line. Here's his shot right on. The rebound comes right back out to Goulet. Naslund with that quickness. It's clear to center ice, and here's Middleton racing it after it. Now Middleton going in alone. He shoots. He scores!
What a great individual effort here by Middleton. He races for the puck, just flips it over the guy's stick, jumps over him, and fires it into the corner.
Did he shoot that one-handed?
I think he got both. Watch him flip it over the defenseman here. And he jumps over him at the same time. Beautiful.
And then he just hooked it downwards and into the net. Great effort. Good. Kept it right along the ice. I think Lindmark might have expected it to go high.
Rick Middleton, one-on-one situation. He's one of the best players in the National Hockey League. His nickname's Nifty, and that's why they call him Nifty, because he's tricky with the puck, tricky with his feet, a good goal scorer.
And Canada's trying to jump all over the Swedes. Now back in over the line comes Tonelli. Tonelli along with Bossy. Bossy moves in, picks it up, feeds it back near the point. But Sweden now coming back out with Anderson at center ice. Over the line, Sundstrom. Sundstrom, the shot wide of the net. Back near the line again. Canada trying to get out of their zone. Bossy through center ice. Bossy working it to the line. Bossy flipping it into the corner. Going in after it there along with Peter Anderson. And it's held there, and we'll have a face-off in the Swedish zone, and a little pushing and shoving involving Tonelli and Anderson. And Bradeen and Sutter. Well, I'm sure he feels a little better than he did about 2 minutes ago.
Well, anytime you're playing the Swedes, you feel a lot better when you have a lead, because if they get 2 or 3 goals up on you, they play an altogether different hockey game, and you can get up on them a little bit. Sometimes they're known not to have that intestinal fortitude to come back.
One of the things that Canada doesn't really do, and some of these Europeans really can do, and that is jump all over you quick. They get a goal and quickly they come back with another one. Well, Canada just did that. The goals were 39 seconds apart. Gardner from Lowe and Messier at 12:52. Middleton unassisted at 13:31. So Gardner is out there now, along with Anderson, Messier, Coffey, and Robinson. And for Sweden, it's Stan taking the draw against Messier. Messier hustling after it in the corner. Stan on top of him now. It's cleared along the boards. Robinson keeping it in. Flips it right back along the glass. Eldebrink behind the net. Checked there by Gardner. Gardner, a loose puck. Kicked free by Anderson. Into the corner. And here's Nielsen. Kent Nielsen on his way to center ice with that puck. Now he drops it back. Eldebrink ducking away from a check from Anderson. He's through center ice now. Comes to the line. All down by Coffey. No penalty that time. Back at center ice. Håkan Loob. He swings back to his own blue line. Loob. And he finds no skating room out there under the forechecking of Gardner. They'll try once again. Center ice. Thomas Eriksson. Winds up back inside the zone. Loob falls. Gardner's right in there now. Eldebrink checks him as well. And it's flipped out to center ice. Nielsen, no icing on there. No offside on this. Nielsen, look at these stick handling moves. Here's a quick shot. And he's just wide with it. That's why they call him the Magic Man. Out at center ice. Cutting across ice is Coffey. Coffey swinging back through his own zone. Starting back up again on the left wing boards. Clears it ahead. It's backhanded in. Gretzky hustling after it, but it's called on the offside. Canada 2, Sweden 1. This is Labatt's Canada Cup on CTV. Mats Thelin. He's going to be joining the Boston Bruins after this tournament is over. First European to ever play on that hockey club. They also own the rights to Mikhail Telvin. But in the case of Telvin, who's a pretty good hockey player, you're going to like him. I think he's caught your eye too, Darryl. He has got a year of military duty to do yet in Sweden and will not join them until next year.
We'll probably see him in the National Hockey League. And I wonder how long it's going to take him to get used to that small rink in Boston after playing on a big rink.
Perhaps a little easier for Telvin than for Thelin. Pulled in over the line, and we've got a penalty coming up here. It'll go against Bo Eriksson for interference. So Canada, for the first time in this hockey game, will get a power play opportunity.
Here's Bork shooting the puck in. Little trip there.
And a little bit of extra. 6.1. Well, put a little mustard on it, they say. So Bo Eriksson's in there for interference at 15:35. We'll have Eriksson out there killing off this penalty along with Peter Sundstrom. Telvin is there as well. Canada on the power play. And they've got Gretzky, Middleton, but it's Sweden who control. And Sundstrom clearing it into the Team Canada zone. Peters is there behind the net for Ray Bork. He stops. He's out there with Doug Wilson. Bork starting out. Eases it out to center ice. Goulet gets it. Ahead to Gretzky, to Goulet. Goulet along the boards. Being checked by Sundstrom. It rolls to the side of the net. It's cleared right to Gretzky to the point for Bork. He fakes the shot. Backs up near the line. Turns. Fires it into the corner. Gretzky's there, but it's intercepted before it got to him by Sundstrom. Out in front of the net it comes. And it's cleared to center ice. This is a one-on-one. It is Peter Sundstrom over the line, and Bork made him stop. And Sundstrom just controlling it inside the line, and it's Middleton who comes back and hooks it free. Middleton is upended as he went around the net by Sundstrom. Bork behind the net for Wilson. Wilson, as Tonelli's on the ice now. Tonelli moving up over the line. He got a man go down, and Tonelli winds up in the corner, clears it back. Delvane was there. He was the one that went down, and it's cleared back into the Team Canada zone, and Robinson will bring it out. Robinson at center ice now. Robinson over the line, and it's cleared away from him as the defense tightened up again. This time it was Stan. Coffey back for it. Coffey with Nielsen moving into forecheck. Coffey threw it to an open wing, and it's Peter Stastny. Stastny over for Coffey. Coffey. Stastny on the move through center. Puck is cleared around the boards. Bossy moving after it. Bossy around behind the net for Stastny. Stastny go with that puck. Looks for a man out in front. It was deflected, but Robinson's got it. Robinson over for Coffey. The shot, and it was blocked by Nielsen. Sprawling. There's another shot. Big save made by Peter Lindmark.
Nice save by Peter Lindmark here. Talking to Tom Watt earlier in the game, he was going to warn his defenseman that the Swedish forwards like to block all sorts of shots, to maybe fake a shot and go around them. There the Swedish forward blocked it. He was hurt a little bit on the play, couldn't get back up, and Bork picked up his own rebound, and Lindmark made a good save on him.
Now, Peter Lindmark was the all-star goaltender in 1981. Kent Nielsen on the bench, along with one of the Sundstrom twins. And the Montreal Canadiens put him on their negotiation list, but they didn't go after him. They dropped him finally, and so Lindmark, who has drawn a great deal of attention in this tournament and may find himself with a contract offer, is in fact a free agent.
Well, I'm sure he'd be interested in playing in the National Hockey League. 27 years of age, and he deserves it the way he's played here.
On the face-off in front of the net, and it is hooked by Eklund out to center ice. In his own zone, it's Huddy. 7 seconds remaining in the penalty now. Out comes Team Canada once again. Backhanded in by Huddy. After it, it's Bourne behind the net for Bossy. Bossy takes a hit back there. Now it's chopped behind the net again. And it's Bourne trying to get it out to Bossy. Bourne again. Along the boards. I don't know what I'm saying here. Coffey back in his own zone, and he's called on the icing, so we'll have a face-off back in the Swedish zone. Bourne again, all right. Messier will go out now along with Anderson and Gartner. As we look at the Team Canada bench, Mike Bossy sits down. Boy, he has been very big. Got 5 goals. He is here to score goals, and he has done it in this tournament, despite the problems he has had, and he has had these problems since the training camp for Team Canada. He's been playing on a tender knee all the way through.
Well, I asked him today, and he said he's not getting any swelling in the knee, and he just gets a lot of pain at times. He feels it's the bone rubbing against the bone, so you definitely have to be concerned of something like that. He knows he has the full season ahead of him.
Well, they kick the face-off men out. Messier goes in there to face off against Rodin. Back near the blue line now. Cleared in. Here's Anderson. Shot. Gets his own rebound. Shoots it wide. Now around the net comes Patrick Sundstrom. Ahead, trying to get it to Peter, but it's kept in at the point by Lowe in the corner. Gradin. He's checked by Bork, who moves in deep. Real quickly, Canada pinches those defensemen. Now it is Gartner as Bork cut back into position. Gartner pinched in, but it's cleared down the ice into the Team Canada zone. Cleared quickly up along the boards. And Canada has it. At center ice, it's Messier. Messier to the line along with Gartner. The bouncing puck comes to the area in front of the net. Anderson knocked it down, but it's called as it was batted ahead. And we'll have a face-off again, this time near the top rim of the circle in the Swedish zone. Well, there's Mike Gartner. Big scorer for the Washington Capitals. Best year was 48 goals in the 80-81 season. Last year he had 40 goals. An 85-point season. A good year for the Washington Capitals.
Well, Mike's a real class guy. He's a good two-way, honest hockey player.
Not his first international experience. He was in the 1983 World Championships in Munich. The way Washington's going, he may not be one of those early eliminations as they used to be. He's a key part of that young hockey club. At center ice now. Back come the Swedes. Lube over the line. Lube trying to get by the defense, and it's checked away from him. Trying to get loose is Middleton. Robinson's got it behind the net, giving chase back there is Stan. Less than a minute remaining in the period now. Canada leading 2-1. Canada. Robinson getting it from Coffey. He clears it out and down into the Swedish zone. Eldebrink will go back and touch it. Icing called. And the face-off again in the Team Canada end. Shots on goal, 8-6 Canada. And Canada holds a 2-1 lead on goals by Gartner and Middleton. And that was after Sweden had taken the 1-0 lead on a power play goal by Håkan Loob. Well, a superfan who has done a great job here in Calgary.
He sure has, hasn't he? There he goes again.
Here comes the wave again. They always say you want a celebration, organize it.
He's going to be a guest on in between periods and intermission. It'll be interesting to see what he has to say.
And during our intermission, too, we'll have highlights of Thursday's game. The tremendous and terrific win that Canada had. Here's a shot that deflected wide of the net. Canada, of course, 3-2 in overtime over the Soviet Union. Still inside the blue line. Neslin trying to get it out, and it's poked out to center ice by Sutter. Sutter reaching for it, but the defense comes back and it's slipped right back in again. Peters comes out of the net, moving in on him as Lube. It's slipped along the boards. Trying again is Bork. There's a shot. Look at that save. A blast that came in, I believe, off Eklund's stick. Now at center ice, it's Eriksson. Back over the line for Lube. Lube, this line has been a good one for Sweden. Now it's Bossy, rink wide past Tonelli. Tonelli ducking over the line, shoots it into the corner. Back to get it for Sweden. It is Eklund. Around the boards, that'll do it as far as the period is concerned. A couple of big saves in the late going made by Pete Peters there.
Well, Pete looks good. That's what you need in a competition like this, a short series. You need that good goaltending, and Team Canada got a few breaks. And I'm sure they're glad to be ahead 2-1 going into the first period.
Well, a tentative first 10 minutes of this hockey game. Canada broke it loose with two quick goals, just 39 seconds apart by Gartner and Middleton. And it stands at Canada 2, Sweden 1 after one period of this first game of the Canada Cup final. This is Labatt's Canada Cup on CTV. Well, there's a look at the first period, and Sweden took advantage of a penalty to Paul Coffey. And just 31 seconds after the penalty was called, Håkan Loob got his fifth goal of this Canada Cup, an unassisted goal. But then Canada came right back, and it didn't take them long either. Mike Gartner scoring from Lowe and Messier at 12:52, and 39 seconds after that, that great unassisted goal by Rick Middleton, his fourth of the tournament. Canada outshot Sweden 8-7. In the period, it's interesting to note that 4 of the 7 shots that Sweden had came from the line of Lube, Nielsen, and Stan. So they are the offense for Sweden. I'm Ron Roche along with Darryl Sittler here at the Olympic Saddle Dome in Calgary as we look at low-level view behind goaltender Peter Lindmark. Goaltending has been good in this first period, but it was a close checking period, Darryl. Not a lot of action in that first period.
No, we're looking maybe for teams to open it up a little bit in this second period.
Well, Sweden trailing by a goal, but they'll try and play it cozy. They don't want to let Canada jump in front too much and get it out of sight. Sweden in their zone now. Sedin out to center ice now. Sundstrom tries to get it over the line. It's controlled in there. Now Coffey. Coffey getting it from Tonelli. Flip back out to center ice. Sweden again. Moving up with the puck is Peter Anderson. Shoots it in. And Robinson in the corner on the far side with Sundstrom. Peter Sundstrom on top of him to Coffey. Coffey out near the blue line. And it is Team Canada once again ahead. Over the line they come now. Sutter getting it to Tonelli. And he puts it in there, but it was wide of the net. Eriksson was right on top of Tonelli. Out come the Swedes again. They can quickly go on offense, and through center ice they come. Over the line, it's Eklund. Eklund in deep now. Eklund out on the ice with Neslin and Hawkinson in the corner. Now Goulet picking it up near the boards. Neslin trying to clear it in front. Now Neslin doing some work along the boards, but it is Middleton. Rink wide pass. Back is low. Canada with Middleton at the line, but it goes off his stick, and Eklund's got it. Gretzky's out on the ice right now. Middleton moves up as well, but Neslin chops it back into the Team Canada zone. Here's a quick shot, just wide of the net. As moving in quickly after it was Thomas Sundstrom. Against the boards again, near the line. Neslin again, stick handling through the traffic, looking in front of the net, trying to get the shot away, and it rode up on the stick of Lowe. He controls it, takes it behind the net. Now off the stick of Middleton, out to center ice once again. Eriksson back in over the line. Neslin takes the hit from Lowe. Loose puck picked up behind the net by Bork, ahead for Gretzky. It's chopped away from him by Anders Eldebrink. Back in his own zone and moving through center ice. Back over the line comes Gretzky with Goulet, and he couldn't get the pass to him. Sandstrom's back there to get it again. Sandstrom. Rink wide, Eldebrink. Eldebrink forced back, and Canada makes a change. Inside the line, it's Stan out at center ice. Stan to the line in Canada territory now. Feeds it through, and they double team the attacking forward there as Sundstrom tried to move in. Back out to Messier. Wilson on the move up on the left wing boards. Wilson dropping it back. Messier flipped it around behind the net. Now Messier in the corner. And it rolls free, and here comes Kent Nielsen at center ice. Nielsen to the line. Nielsen working behind the net. Wilson on top of him now. Winds up in the corner. Gartner coming out now. Gartner along with Coffey. Coffey moving to Gartner. Gartner with the fake shot. Winds up in the corner. Chase back there. Double team, but the loose puck comes to Anderson. Anderson tried to get it out into the slot, but Coffey was in too deep, and out come the Swedes once again with Nielsen. Nielsen's shot, and he's wide of the net with it. Out comes Gartner at center ice, catching up to that puck. He gives it to Anderson. Anderson to Gartner. His shot, and it's chopped wide of the net. Sweden around the boards. Nielsen couldn't reach that. There'll be an icing call here as Lowe comes out. Now they wave. Do they wave it off? Yes, they do. Lowe at center ice now. Tonelli. Tonelli can't get the return pass from Bossy. Now Tonelli gets it. Tonelli over the line. Into the corner it goes. Back forward is Anderson for Sweden, but it's cleared to the point. Bork has it. Bork around the net. Upended at the side of the net was Bossy as he went after that puck. And it comes to center ice where Sutter's got it. Sutter to Tonelli. He couldn't reach it. It took a bad hop off the boards. Now, Kalin in his own zone. Tonelli's there. Tonelli back out to the point for Bork. Bork shooting it behind the net, but it's past Bossy. Moving in after that puck along the boards is Lowe. He's being checked in there by Sundstrom. And it winds up back at center ice once again. Bradeen over the line. Bradeen being chased by Bork. They haul him down. Puck winds up behind the net. No penalty on the play. The puck is underneath a player lying on the ice behind the net. We'll have a face-off in the Team Canada zone. This is Labatt's Canada Cup on CTV. Face-off will be in the Team Canada zone. And there you see the score. Canada leading Sweden. We haven't had a shot on goal through the first 4 minutes and 7 seconds. But here's Eriksson winding up his shot, and that's right on. There's the first shot of the period. Now trying to dig it out is Eklund. Back into the corner it goes. After it there is for Sweden is Sundstrom. Trying to get out. Sundstrom this time out through center ice, but Gretzky couldn't get that pass. Sundstrom is back. Feeds it back into his own zone. One spelled with an A, the other with a U. Sundstrom, we've got two of them. And a Sundstrom. Goulet back out at center ice now. For Sweden, it's Eklund over the line. Quick shot. That's right on. And Peters with some traffic in front, including Sundstrom there. He holds it for the face-off.
Well, there's Pierre-Eric Eklund. He's going to be in Philadelphia in maybe another year or so. He's from Coach Bork. He says that this fellow's the best player in Sweden to date, and he's just a young guy, 21. They want to bring him along slowly, and he's looking at a National Hockey League career ahead of him.
Well, he's got a tremendous speed. That's the first thing you notice about him. He assisted on both of the goals that were scored against Canada in the Olympics. And the 2-0 victory that knocked Canada out of medal contention in that very early game on a Sunday morning. And Canada, then much of Canada got up for the eastern part of the country. I think it was about 4 in the morning when that game started. Staying out there now. There you see him. Goulet and Peters. Peters has been given an assist on the Middleton goal. That was cleared up ice. It went off a leg through center ice and allowed Middleton to get the breakaway. So they've given Goulet and Peters assists on that goal at 13:31. That's the go-ahead goal in this game right now. There's a shot, but they didn't take the face-off fairly. Do it all over again. Lube knocked off balance, gave Glenn Anderson a second look. Håkan Lube of the Calgary Flames, the 9th round pick in 1980. Boy, you're not going to find many hockey players of his caliber in the 9th round.
He's a real favorite here with the Calgary fans, too. They get that Lou going, and had a great year of 30 goals last year.
Little guy who's hard to check. Low. Out at center ice, that lead pass, and it's chopped in. Hustling after it is Gardner. Gardner, Messier in the corner. Messier looking for that man. Makes a move. One hands the puck, tries to get it in front. Behind the net now for Gardner, but he couldn't reach it. But Bork's in there now. Bork. Behind the net again for Gardner. Cleared around the boards. Lowe is there. Lowe behind the net again. Gardner checking in there deep. And it's cleared free, but here's Anderson. Anderson back to Lowe. Lowe at the point. Moves it in down. It's off Messier's stick. Lube turning with it inside the zone. Works his way to the line. Can't get any further. Now bringing it to center ice is Kent Nielsen. Nielsen to the line. And he fades back at the point. Then feeds it through. And Lube took a hit as he got that pass. And it winds up with Team Canada shooting it to center ice. Now clearing it back over the line is Peter Anderson. Low. Canada on the move as Messier gets that pass at center ice. Cleared in over the line. Back there to get it is Sylvain. He clears it back to the Team Canada line. Bork. Bork gets his own pass there out at center ice. He falls. Puck is kicked in over the line. Gardner hooks it free and shoots it right back out to center ice. And Sweden will take over just inside their zone. Peter Anderson on the wing. At center ice, Sundstrom. This is Peter Sundstrom. Over the line, Sylvain. He's checked at the point. Peter Sundstrom shooting it in. It's offside at the line. And we'll have a face-off just outside the Team Canada blue line. This is Labatt's Canada Cup on CTV. Well, a face-off outside the blue line. Peter Stastny along with Bourne and Bellows. The Sundstrom twins and Brodin for Sweden. Sylvain and Peter Anderson. Here's Anderson shooting it in. That's gloved by Peters. He leaves it at the side of the net. Peters has had a couple of shots to handle in this period, but basically they've been from a long way out. Here's Bourne getting the pass from Bellows. Bourne shooting it around the boards now. Bellows against the boards on the far side is chopped free, but out comes Sweden again with Patrick Sundstrom leading the rush. Sundstrom coming through center, gets it to Sylvain, back to Sundstrom. Sundstrom backhanding it over to his twin brother. Patrick on the far side. Wilson checks him up against the boards. Brodin moves in after it, makes a move on Stastny. Gets it again, takes a hit there from Coffey, and it comes out to Bellows. Bellows ahead for Stastny now. Stastny. He's checked from behind by Anderson. Back to the Team Canada line. Coffey flips it ahead. Hustling after it is Bourne, but Lindmark sticks out of the net. But he gives it away right into the corner. There, now Canada with Bourne in there. Also Bellows. Bellows can't stick handle his way past the defense. And it's Tallene shooting it down the ice. Low in his own zone. Forechecking his Neslin. It's cleared around the boards. Bourne a hit now. Comes Tonelli. His shot on the backhand. After that puck is Bossy to Low to Bork. The shot, and it went up high and off the helmet of Tallene. He kind of went to his knees in front of that net. Here's Sundstrom with a shot, and he's wide with it. Sutter at center ice, trying to get it ahead for Bossy. Tallene is back in the play. I tell you, he'll be thanking the inventor of the helmet. That one rattled him for a moment, and he went down, but he's back in the play again, and now is headed for the bench. Now it's Bork, keeping his own zone. Low at center ice. Ahead for Tonelli. Tonelli rolling it in there. Bossy's after that puck. It's cleared away. Naslund just lets it go. It hit the linesman at the point. But here comes Sweden now. Back over the line. It's Eklund. Eklund forced off the puck. Coffey moves after the puck. Here's Larry Robinson. Robinson out at center ice. There's Sundstrom. Patrick Sundstrom. Break wide pass. Naslund. He's checked by Bossy. At center ice again. Eriksson flipping it back into the Team Canada zone. Coffey shoots it through center ice again. And it's Eriksson again. Back into over the line. Here's Neslin trying to move through some traffic. Stops up against the boards as Coffey checks him. Gets the puck again. He's very shifty, Neslin. Rolls it right onto the stick of Wayne Gretzky. Gretzky at center ice. Goulet moving ahead. Gretzky comes over the line. Gretzky fakes the shot. Gets some room and takes the shot on the short side. Lindmark stood right in there. Now here comes Nilsson for Sweden, but it's hooked away from him. By Middleton to Goulet, who clears it in. Lindmark out of the net, rolls in front of the net by everybody. Here's Gretzky. It's deflected in there by Goulet. Rolls in front again. Goulet with a great chance on that deflection, and it just hit Lindmark as he was desperately scrambling back into the goal mound. Now Robinson, Gretzky. Gretzky had to go off his skates. Robinson moves up on the puck and carries it to the line, gets it to Gretzky. Gretzky circling right at the point. Gretzky, those great moves of his, moves in, tries to force it through to Robinson. The Swedes break out on a 2-on-1. The lead pass for Nielsen. His shot, and Peter steers that behind the net. Now in against the boards. Messier being checked there as Eldenbrink moves in. The puck is underneath him and is held by Eldenbrink for a face-off in the Team Canada zone. Best action of the hockey game so far.
It seems to me the Swedes are just playing a very conservative game. They're shooting, dumping the puck out, and really not trying to forecheck too much.
A reminder, there's game 2 of this series from the Northlands Coliseum in Edmonton. Team Canada will be leaving right after this game for Edmonton. 7:30 Eastern Time. Low. Bork shooting it in. Lindmark out of the net. Against the boards, it's Gradin. He shoots it to center ice, and it's hooked free. Now upmost Sundstrom. Sundstrom's over the line, and the other Sundstrom trying to feed it back to his brother Peter, and it just failed to work as the defense bottled up the play in front of the net. Out comes Gartner now. Gartner with Anderson. Anderson ahead over the line, but it's intercepted by Telvain. Telvain around behind his net, and he starts out now on the left wing boards. Telvain with Gartner right on top of him, gets the pass away to Grodin. Sundstrom to Patrick Sundstrom. Back into the slot, that's intercepted by Gartner to Anderson. Anderson coming out to center ice. Anderson over the line, dropped off. Here's the shot. It's wide of the net. Gardner wide with that one. Here's another shot over top of the net taken by Coffey. The Swedes at center ice. It's chopped free as Gardner came back, and here's Coffey. Coffey at his line, back to Robinson. Robinson straight up ice, that lead pass that he's famous for, but couldn't find anybody. Sutter goes against the boards. Sutter checked there. Robinson circles inside his line, comes to center ice. Shot over the line. Canada with Bossy on the far boards. Bossy just looking for some room, gets it in front of Coffey on the backhand. Right on. Coffey. Dangerous moving in from that point. And icing is called. Robinson back to touch it. Great opportunity. Coffey saved by Lindmark. Canada 2, Sweden 1. This is Labatt's Canada Cup on CTV.
Hector Verhoeven, you're here from Tillsonburg, Ontario, and as a funeral director, is there any significance with you being out here?
Well, I wanted to get away from my profession, and I thought this would be just a great opportunity to come and see the game I love so much.
I understand you've got a wedding anniversary coming up also.
Yes, we're going to be celebrating our 25th wedding anniversary in the next few days.
That'll probably be up in Edmonton.
We're hoping that we'll enjoy ourselves there. Yep.
Good luck, Hector, and thank you for coming by.
Thanks, and say hello to the people in Tillsonburg and Langton.
I obviously will do that. Thank you.
I think it's been done, Eddie. Coffey inside the line. It's cleared out to center ice, and it's Gradin kicking it loose. Great effort as he goes over the line. He was harassed all the way down the ice by Peter Stastny. It's cleared back into the Swedish zone. Back for it there is Bo Eriksson. Eriksson with Bellows on top of him. Clears it to the blue line to center ice. Moving up now, it's Sundstrom. Sundstrom has stopped. Coffey along the board stands there as well. It's cleared to center ice. So they got Gradin out there on a second line. Past Neslin now. Robinson picking it up. Leads it back into his own zone. Paul Coffey. Coffey, that pass is intercepted by Eriksson. He gets it ahead. Sundstrom is over the line. Clears it in front. Neslin, quick shot. And he's just wide on the short side. Bourne at center ice. Bourne, Stastny moving ahead, and he fires it into the corner. Picking it up at the side of his net is Lindmark. Around the boards for Sundstrom. At center ice for Lowe. Lowe back in the far side where Bork clears it around the boards. Gretzky lets it go. Lowe's got it. Lowe behind the net for Gretzky. Gretzky out in front. The quick shot in the crowd. Bouncing back. They score. Gretzky, the key to that was the way Gretzky played it in his skates behind the net.
Well, that's where Wayne's so effective in behind the net, getting that pass out to Goulet. Goulet has been having a tough time scoring. Last game he had 10 shots on goal. He gets the first shot away, it's blocked. He's there to pick up his rebound again. There's Middleton right in front of the net, interfering a little bit with the goalie and the defenseman.
Up his fourth goal of the Canada Cup. Yes, Gretzky will draw an assist on that. Goal coming at the 12:28 mark. So Canada with a 3-1 lead now. And Lube deep in his zone for Thomas Eriksson. He clears it down the ice. Peters clearing it up along the boards for Middleton. It hops over his stick, but here's Gretzky again, but Gretzky had it roll ahead of him. And so Eriksson just clears it off the boards. Stan trying to get over the line, and he took a double bump there, and it's back out of center ice. Here's Gretzky now hustling down over the line, one-on-one against Eldebrink. He's knocked down, gets the puck back for Wilson, back to Bourque, and Bourque couldn't get that fast. As again, the back checkers got back in the play. Now behind the net, here's Goulet. Back out for Bourque. Bourque shot, and it deflected wide with Middleton cruising around in front of that net. Lube, rink-wide pass. Canada's picked it up now. Eldebrink backhanding it out to center ice. Håkan Lube down to the line, fakes the shot, tries to stick handle through, gets it again. Lube ducks past the check. It's finally knocked down and comes to Bourque as Anderson stripped him of the puck. Bourque at center ice for Gartner. Rolled ahead of him. Eriksson shoots it right back in again. And it's Wilson, but it's cleared by Peters out to center ice. There's Peter Anderson shooting it right back in again. And Peters backhanding it along the boards. Back out near the point now. Here's Eriksson. The shot, a bad save. And it's a good save there by Peters. And it's Anderson shooting it down the ice. Eriksson will go back for it. Messier's there as well. No icing on the play as Gartner's in against the boards. Trying to dig it out is Patrick Sundstrom. Out they come now. Mikhail Telvain to the line. Telvain trying to get it through to Peter Sundstrom. That was stopped by Peters. Gartner just chopping it out to center ice. He was held up as he tried to go after that puck. Telvain came across, cleared it along the boards, but it's intercepted and cleared back in by Charlie Huddy. At the side of his own net, number 5 is Mikhail Telvain. At the point, Canada making a change. They get the whistle deep inside the Swedish zone. 3-1, Canada leading. This is Labatt's Canada Cup on CTV. Peter Stastny out there along with Bourne and Bellows and Coffey and Robinson. A face-off deep in the Swedish zone. Stan is going to take the draw against Stastny. Faced each other a few times in the National Hockey League season. One with Quebec, the other with Winnipeg. Bourne reaches for it inside the line. Stastny is getting much more ice time than he got the other night. He's had his problems adapting to what Glenn Sather wanted here in this camp. Playing a little better tonight. Stan backhanding it in. Peters. Coffey ahead. Bellows just deflecting it out to center ice, and he was met just as he hit the line by Bo Eriksson. Bellows again. Neslin moving in on him. Bellows ducks past him and shot it into the Swedish zone. Down the board. Selin back near the point for Neslin. Neslin the rink-wide pass at center ice. It's Sandstrom. Sandstrom shot. Good low shot saved by Peters. In the corner. Out it comes. Another shot. Off the chest protector of Peters. Now comes Canada. With Peters, Stastny leading the way. Stastny to the line. Drops it off. Bellows. And his shot is off a leg. Eldebrink behind his own net. Eldebrink will lead the rush himself. Eldebrink still with that one as Sweden makes changes. Huddy behind his net, but he leaves it there. Tonelli. Wilson ducking away from Håkan Lube. Wilson would work behind the net as he now is free of Lube and will start out. Wilson. Huddy, Tonelli to the line, fights his way through, puck carries on. Tonelli is held up by Eldebrink. It's kicked free, still inside there, back to the blue line for Huddy. There's the shot, rebound, loose puck in front. They bang away, it's back to the blue line. Huddy didn't see it, now has to collect it out at center ice and give it to Wilson. And we're going to have both Tonelli and Eldebrink getting the gate from referee Yuri Karandin. So each team will play a man short. Canada 3, Sweden 1. This is Labatt's Canada Cup on CTV.
Part of Team Canada's game plan was to put a guy in front of the net to try to disturb the goalie Lindmark, and Tonelli was in front. Eldebrink trying to clear him out. Tonelli's got a hold of his stick there, and they jostle a little bit. The ref's right there, and he calls him.
Well, he called it a little tight there. I guess he just didn't want to see any more happen. Now you're going to do it, toss them both. So a little skating room out there right now. Bossy along with Sutter, Huddy and Wilson for Canada. For Sweden, it is Peter Sundstrom, Peter Anderson out there. Actually, the Sundstrom twins are out there. And Telvain. Moving after that is Sutter inside the zone to Bossy. Bossy trying to cut in front of the net. He was tied up from behind by Patrick Sundstrom. Still after that puck behind the net. And cutting through the traffic now. Bossy again. But he's checked up against the boards. That was Peter Sundstrom, number 18. Telvain, but he loses it to Bossy again. Bossy having a good shift here. Bossy tied up against the boards. Bossy battling along with Telvain against the boards. He's still fighting for it. Lindmark finally had to come out and get it. Oh, close quarters. Good effort there by Bossy, and he heads for the bench. Over the line, Sundstrom. Sundstrom knocked to the ice by Wilson. Good hard check. Huddy ahead for Middleton. Middleton had to go off his skates out to center ice. Peter Anderson back in for Nielsen in his own zone with Gretzky right on top of him, and Nielsen goes down under that checking. And it's Peter Sundstrom. Sundstrom behind his net. Gretzky, as he tried to direct some traffic back there, Gretzky moved in on him. Now Nielsen will try. Out at center ice now. This is Peter Sundstrom. Sundstrom going to his backhand. Check from behind by Kevin Lowe. Good effort. Rolls in front of the net. And Nielsen wasn't in deep enough. Now the bouncing puck comes. And we've got a 2-on break. Gretzky. Gretzky going in. Gets set. He shoots, and the save is made by Lindmark. Bouncing puck at side of the net. Here's Nielsen. Nielsen coming out. Nielsen at center ice. And he's forced back. Still at center ice. Neslin. He tried to go over the line, but right on top of him was Ray Bourque. Now Neslin, as Sweden completes its change. Neslin over the line. And the puck is kicked free. Low against the boards for Messier. Messier drops it behind the net. Penalties have expired now, and Bourque. Bourque at center ice. Ahead, here's Gardner all alone, and a two-line pass. He was offside on the play. This is Labatt's Canada Cup on CTV.
Great opportunity for Wayne Gretzky, all alone on the breakaway. Tries to make a little deke, throw it between Lindmark's legs. Hit his pad. Big save for Lindmark at this point of the hockey game.
Well, the face-off at center ice. Eklund clearing it in. Coffey behind his own net now. Coffey ahead for Anderson at center ice. It goes off his stick. Stepping up after that puck is Tillene. Clears it back in with players trapped inside the blue line, and is called on the offside. Well, this game has not really had a great deal of open ice for the players to play in. They've been very, very tight. You look there at Pete Peters. I'll tell you something. Pete has played a pretty good hockey game. He has both goaltenders really, but Pete has made some very important stops in this game.
Well, the Swedes seem to be playing a cat and mouse game. They're waiting for Canada to make a few mistakes, maybe grab a 2-on-1 and get a scoring opportunity. And when they've done that, Pete's come up with a big save at the right time.
Now out at center ice, it's Gardner. Gardner with Anderson picking it up now. Anderson over the line. Here's his shot. That's blocked at the defense by Tillene. Now Tillene behind the net. Tillene starting out for Sweden. He's number 2 for Sweden as he works his way to center ice. Tillene flipping it in. He'll hustle after it himself, but Peters coming out of the crease to stop further play. Holds it for a face-off. Now Peters, who plays for the Boston Bruins, has given Team Canada the goaltending on the last 2 games. The one thing that I felt going into this game, Darryl, I don't know whether you agree with me or not, is the first 10 minutes of the game they needed perhaps a couple of big stops just to let Canada get its legs going, get going again. I think they gave it to them, and from that point on, although Canada was down 1-0, it could have been a little worse than that.
Well, I agree with you on that. After coming off the emotional high of the Soviet game and right back into 2 days later, they might have been a little flat. And he made the big saves to get them underway, and they're playing better now.
Well, they're also playing with a lead, and that makes it so much easier. Here's a steal right inside the zone, and Loeb, who's always dangerous, got the shot on Peters. He gets a hand for the crowd here as he makes the save.
Pete was alert there to see the giveaway, and he comes right out and challenges him. Doesn't give him any time to get open net to shoot at. Cut down the angle on Loeb.
That went off the heel of Bossy's skate as Bourque was trying to clear it up ice. Now here's Lowe behind his net, just stops there. Lowe to Bourque. Bourque ahead. Tonelli. Tonelli. Nielsen. Stopped there by Tonelli again. Low. At center ice for Sutter. Sutter, again, no room. Look at the way Loeb is all over his man, the checking roll. Now cleared in deep. Sutter going in after that. Also is Tonelli back out to Low. Low shooting it in. That just drifted over the top corner, and it's Kent Nielsen against the boards. Nielsen finding some open ice as he can, but he can't as he's checked by Tonelli. Cleared out to center ice and into the Team Canada bench, and we'll have a face-off in the Swedish zone.
When you're in this type of game as a player, you can become awful frustrated because you're looking to make that pass. The pass isn't there. There's guys standing up in the blue line. The only alternative is to shoot it in. And when things aren't going right like that, you don't get your momentum going. You become frustrated. And fortunately for Team Canada, they did get a couple goals and they are ahead, but it's not an easy game to play in.
Tonelli not only the player of the game against Czechoslovakia, but also the player of the game in the Thursday night game against the Soviet Union. So he's earned that honor twice. 11 seconds remaining in the second period. Gretzky from the face-off. Goulet back to Coffey now. He gets set. Here it is. The shot's right on. The save by Lindmark. And he covers up with 5 seconds remaining. So they worked that perfectly with a face-off late in the period in the Swedish zone.
And again, a Canadian player going to the net, going to the crease, trying to throw the goalie off a little bit. That's one of the strong points in our North American game. There's a lot of goals scored around scrambles in our game.
Nicely set up. It was one of those types of plays, kind of textbook. Get it to the point. Now he moves to open ice at the center.
And Gretzky's heading to the net.
Looking for that rebound. And this is the way they beat the Soviets, I think, is the play in front of the net, the scrambles and so on. Look for that loose puck. Bardeen cutting through the face-off circle. Gretzky taking the draw against Patrick Sundstrom. Behind the net. Cleared into the corner now, and this will just about do the period as the horn goes. Second period looked very much like the first one, except, of course, Canada scored another goal to take a 3-1 lead. But it's close. Sweden, you can see their game plan. Give them no room. Try and just keep it close and see what they can do in the final period.
Well, that's what they've been trying to do, and maybe pounce on a Canadian mistake on a 2-on-1 or whatever, but they're going to have to open it up maybe a little bit in the third period, down 3-1.
Well, we began to see signs of that, of course, as the period wound down. There were a couple of periods there where we got a little end-to-end type action. It could have been a closer hockey game. I think Pete Peters is playing very well for Canada.
Well, he's a big goalie, and he stands up and he challenges the shooter, and he made the good saves at the right time. They didn't have a whole lot of good chances, but when they did, Pete was there to stop.
And it's, as we see, goaltender, at least Coach Leif Bork, looking, I think, at a lineup and in a conversation with somebody down near the boards. He's not in a hurry to get to the dressing room to talk to his players. But I think that it's clear that the most dangerous man on the ice for Sweden in this game is Håkan Loob, who has got their goal and has missed on about 3-4 chances.
Well, that line in general has been the most effective line for Sweden with Nielsen and Stan. But the players really respect this guy, Bork. He's a good coach. They say that he's got a good way of delivering the message to get the most out of players, and they really speak highly of him.
All right, well, the shots on goal in the second period, Sweden 10, Canada 9. It's 17 apiece through 2 periods now, and there you see the score. This is Labatt's Canada Cup on CTV. Well, just the one goal in the second period. Michel Goulet with his 4th of the tournament. Gretzky and Lowe assisted on that one. That goes with goals by Middleton and Gartner in the first period. Canada scored 3 straight after Sweden had got on the board on that power play effort by Håkan Loob. Shots on goal, Sweden had the edge, 10-9 in that second period. But not a lot of really good scoring opportunities. And so now Sweden, trailing by 2 in the third period, are going to have to open it up a little bit. We'll see what happens as Larry Robinson clears it through center ice. Tonelli going back after it in the Swedish zone. Now Bossy's in there as well. Clears it right to the side of the net, and Lindmark had to be very alert. Out at center ice it comes again. Robinson in his own zone. A rink-wide pass for Coffey. Rink-wide again for Bossy. Moving to the front of the net is Sutter. Pass was behind him. Now on the boards, clearing it to center ice for Sweden is Patrick Sundstrom. Robinson back to get it along the board. Sundstrom, this is Peter, in over the line. The shot, the save, the rebound, and it's cleared away by the defense. Now another shot. That's Neslin. Shot it wide. Now after it along the boards, Tonelli, Bossy at center ice. It's cleared in. Eldebrink, and he touches it, and it's called on the icing, and a face-off again in the Team Canada zone.
Well, the Swedes, they have 8 defensemen dressed for this game. They have a few injuries. Gustafsson, who's a great offensive player, plays with Washington, is hurt. He's got a hamstring injury, and Kless, their left winger, he's also out. So 8 defensemen and 10 forwards. Their forwards are seeing a lot of ice time.
And Canada with Gretzky out there now. Stan taking the draw from the face-off. The shot steered into the corner again by Peters. Peters been very, very sharp. Sundstrom along the boards, backing away from the checking there of Bork. Back to the line. That's the glove save by Peters. He holds on, and we'll have another face-off with 3 Swedes gathered around the goal mouth area. 3-1. Canada leads. This is Labatt's Canada Cup on CTV. So the face-off in the Team Canada zone. Thomas Stan against Gretzky. And from the face-off as the puck is shot wide out along the boards now. Gretzky to Middleton. Middleton over the line. Gretzky racing after that puck in the corner now. Goulet's in front. Rolls to the front of the net. The shot by Middleton. He fanned on that. Now out along the boards. Sundstrom at center ice. Catching up on the play is Håkan Loob. He tried to drop it to Loob. Loob had skated by him. Now it's golfed in. All right, Stan. Bork at the side of his net. Middleton, rink wide. Goulet on the far side, kicks it up onto his stick, moves it in now, shoots it into the corner. Gretzky's in there. Gretzky on the boards as it's taken away from him. Sundstrom after it again. Coffey takes it away from him at center ice, clears it ahead. Gretzky couldn't get that one. It rolled right into the goal mouth, and Lindmark nearly mishandled that puck. Now Sweden again at center ice. Wilson moving cross ice. Wilson back inside his own zone. Coffey on this side. Coffey. Wilson. Back to Coffey. Canada making a change. Anderson gets the puck at center ice and shoots it in. Gartner going in. It comes back to Coffey. Coffey feeds it in deep. Out in front. There's the shot as Goulet cut in front. Now Gradin. Ahead. Eklund trying to duck around Coffey, and he's hauled down on the play. No penalty there. Now it's Messier. Back to Wilson. Wilson behind the net. Canada leading by 2 here in the third period. We played 2:33 in the third. Gradin, checked by Messier. Messier back inside the line now. Coffey ahead for Wilson, who deflected it out to center ice. Telvain at the line, checked by Messier right at the blue line. It's flipped ahead by Håkansson, who is making one of his rare appearances in this hockey game. And with the offside at the blue line, we'll have a face-off. This is the Labatt's Canada Cup on CTV. Peter Stastny out there now, along with Brian Bellows and Bob Bourne on the face-off. Shot in by Ray Bork. Lowe's the other defenseman. Back to Lowe it comes. Lowe shooting it into a crowd behind the net. On this side, Neslin at center ice. He follows that puck out. Gets it again, but lost it in his skates, and Bourne is back for it. Bourne up along the left wing boards now. Bourne drops it back. Stastny right on with a shot. Bouncing puck in front. Bellows had a chance and hopped over his stick. Bourne just sliding it out to center ice. Low. Later Stastny. Stastny ahead. Deflected in over the line now. Here comes Bourne going for the net. And he's hauled down from behind by Peter Anderson. Neslin in the corner. Ahead at center ice. Sundstrom. Both of them over the line. Number 17 is Patrick in the corner. Lowe goes down under some checking. Along the board for Bourne. Bourne takes a hit against the boards from Peter Sundstrom. And he goes down with the puck underneath him. Face off in the Team Canada zone once again. As you look at Kevin Lowe from Lachute, Quebec. That's Bourne, not Lowe. Lowe came to the bench just ahead of him.
Because he was quite a baseball player when he was a kid. He chose hockey over baseball, but he did have a tryout for a major league team. And I think he's happy with his choice.
Saskatchewan. They produced some ball players out in that area. Terry Poole, most notably, the Houston Astros. Staying out there right now, along with Nielsen and Lube. And Sutter taking the draw. Chopped into the corner. Coffey there. Coffey looking around for Bossy. Bossy tried to take it free, and Nielsen's got it. Eldebrink, there's the shot wide of the net. There's Coffey once again. Coffey played well tonight. Ahead, Bossy at center ice. Now a rink-wide pass. Cleared in by Tonelli. And moving in is Sutter as well. And Sweden with Eldebrink. Eldebrink straight up ice at center ice. It's off the stick of Nielsen. Now Loop moves after it. Back to Nielsen. Nielsen just relayed rink wide now. Stepping around the defense. They get set in front of the net. The shot is wide. And Peters made the save and then was pushed back into his own net. Robinson is there. And he's trying to work it along the boards now. Gets it out to the point. Here's Eriksson. Eriksson shooting it in over top of the net once again. Eriksson around the boards, behind the net now. Robinson out in front. Quick shot over top of the net. There's Lube again. He's been dangerous all night long. Out comes Sutter as Lube heads for the bench. Sutter shooting it in. Canada will make a change. In against the boards, Bossy. On the boards, Goulet pokes it free. Eriksson over on the other side. Thomas Eriksson. There are two of them playing as a defensive pair right now. They spell their names differently. Ahead, Eriksson to Eriksson. Now over the line. For Sweden, it's Eklund. Eklund trying to force it through there for Gradin. It failed to work. It lies loose inside the zone. Sweden starting to put a little pressure on Eriksson, but he fanned on it. Out comes Goulet. Goulet, Gretzky, back to Goulet. They're on the move now as Bourne gets the lead pass. The shot! And a rebound, they score! Michel Goulet. His second goal of the night. And his fifth of the tournament.
Way down at the other end at the blue line, Gretzky pulls a little hook on the defenseman to cause a 2-on-1. Here's the shot by Bourque, wide, bounces right on to Goulet's stick, and it's in the net. Gretzky made a good move back at the blue line, holding the defenseman to cause the 2-on-1 for the Canadian team.
5:35. Bourque and Gretzky draw the assists. Well, they had to start going in for Goulet. He had 10 shots on goal the other night. They failed to get a goal against the Soviets.
Well, he told me he needs 12 shots to get a goal, so there's the other two. He's got 2 goals tonight.
Sundstrom shooting it in. It's 4-1 Canada now. Middleton against the boards, and now Sweden will have to open it up. Sundstrom digging it loose, and it's popped up to center ice, and here comes Gretzky now. Gretzky over the line. Gretzky getting set. Fakes the shot. Sets up. Now feeds it back, and Bourque couldn't reach that pass. Neslin getting free at center ice. He hits the line along with Wilson. Wilson back. Checking on him. It clears it in front. Sundstrom shot is blocked at the defenses. Bourque sprawled in front. Now out comes Gretzky again. It's opening up now. Gretzky ahead for Gardner. He cuts for the net. Shoots it in there. It's lying loose in front of the net. Now Anderson behind the net for Gretzky. Gretzky out to Anderson. He's alone in front. The puck is loose there. Gretzky reaching for it. And Sweden comes away. At center ice, Sundstrom, the rink-wide pass. Naslund goes in. Checked by Wilson. Huddy in deep. Naslund checking on him. Huddy ahead. It's deflected out to center ice once again, and Eriksson has it. Over for Eldebrink. His pass is off Gartner's leg. Huddy moves up. Over the line they come again. Canada, they try to set it up, and it hit a leg and goes out to center ice, and Wilson goes back near his own line. Wilson with Sundstrom. A rink-wide pass over the line comes Anderson, but he was offside on the pass. We played 6 minutes, 54 seconds here in the third period. Canada leading by 3 now. This is Labatt's Canada Cup on CTV. Well, there's Larry Robinson talking with Peter Stastny. Interesting anecdote about Larry. Played another very strong game against the Soviets the other night, and he phoned home after the game. The conversation went something like this. Hi, it's your dad. His son Jeff was 14, answered the phone. First question Jeff asked is, how did that Makarov get around you for that goal? There's a shot right off. Larry said, let me talk to your mother.
These kids have a way of keeping you humble, don't they?
Peters comes up with a save at the side of the net. It was in close quarters there. Peters has been busier in this period. The shots on goal for the game even. There's little Mats Naslund. Player of the game for Team Sweden against the United States and also against Germany. They give him a little skating room. He's very, very tough to stop. Håkan Loob talking with Stan Eldebrink, who doesn't have a job in the NHL. Couldn't make it with Quebec, couldn't make it with Vancouver. It's been pretty good for Team Sweden in this Canada Cup. Very steady, certainly the steadiest on the blue line, I think. A lot of experience. Now the lead pass, and Bossy moves up ice. And he just takes chased off the puck by Eldebrink. They step out. This time it was Lindmark who cleared it down the ice. Peters comes out of his own net and displays it himself against Loob. And flipped along the boards, and Bossy has it again. Bossy, Sutter, out to center ice now. A shot wide of the net. Tonelli bumped up against the boards. Gretzky, Bossy at center ice. Bossy down over the line now. Line of Bossy, Sutter, and Tonelli out there. Bossy gets it again along the boards. Back out for Robinson. The shot. And it goes right by everybody off a leg. Now Sweden again. Clearing it past Loob and down the ice. This will be icing as Coffey goes back into his own zone to get it. And it will be called for a face-off in the Swedish zone. 4-1, Canada leading. This is Labatt's Canada Cup on CTV. The face-off will be in the Swedish zone. Peter Stastny along with Bellows and Bourne. Eklund centering the line for Sweden. That is cleared down the ice. Håkansson is out there as well. The Los Angeles Kings. Robinson, Bellows ahead. And trying to get loose, and over the line it comes, but Bellows just couldn't get any skating room, and it rolled off the end of his stick. Robinson now. Robinson. Far side for Coffey. They've been the defensive pair. Well, they can move the puck, the two of them. Robinson clearing it in. Pinching in at the point now is Coffey. He flips it right along the boards to Bourne. Bourne throws it behind the net for Peter Stastny. Stastny kicks it free. Bellows takes a hit. Then Killeen against the boards now and again. This time it's Stastny digging it out behind the net. And again it's Mats Killeen. He's checked by Bellows. Samson also in there along with Håkansson, and it's held for a face-off. Again, they just keep the Swedes bottled up as best they can and protect a 3-goal lead here. And we've played 8 minutes and 44 seconds in the third period.
Well, the Swedes are still playing that conservative style. I can't believe it. I thought they'd be trying to force more. They need 3 goals, and they only have 11 minutes to get them. So
there's the next game. It's coming up Tuesday. Well, that decide the Canada Cup. We'll be on the air 7:30 Eastern Time, live from the Northlands Coliseum. Game 2, and if a third game is necessary, it'll be Game 3 in Edmonton on Thursday night. Here's Anderson at center ice. Shooting it in is Sundstrom. Down the boards, it's the other Sundstrom. Peter digging it out, clears the side of the net again. Goulet out to Middleton. Middleton couldn't knock it out of midair. Anderson, Neslin puts it to the line. Huddy just taps it over to the defense partner. Huddy again. Going to get Goulet on the far side. Now Wilson. Bring it back in again. Gretzky working after that puck, but Peter Sundstrom. Drink wide again. Now it's Elvain. Anderson's shot. High, and gloved easily. That's the kind of shots now that doesn't seem that Sweden is really that aggressive. They've got this far in this tournament by being aggressive, and they just haven't shown much of that. It's offside there at the line.
Well, they look like an altogether different team than they did against Team Canada in their 4-2 victory. They were hitting more. They seemed to play with more emotion. Tonight, they're, like I said, they're just sitting back and maybe trying to wait for Canadian mistakes, but they're not happening, and really not a whole lot happening out there.
Interesting to note that Sweden has the lead in penalty minutes. They have a thing at the World Championship called the Fair Play Cup. Canada usually blows it about 5 minutes into the first period of the first game, but
that's got to be a first for Sweden.
Sweden always wins it, always used to. But they lead this tournament in penalty minutes. Now Leif Bourque having problems getting the alignment he wants on the ice. As you look there at Thomas Sandstrom. And over the line now, diving for it. And again, there was Pete Peters. He's been there all night long. That was shot back in again. Coffey, side of his net. Coffey flipping it near the line, and it's kept in just at the line. A bouncing puck. Eriksson got in the way of. Behind the net now, Coffey. Coffey off the boards. Cleared in front. Stan couldn't reach that. Got behind the net. Boy, they're going nowhere right now. Anderson just deflects it, tipping it out to center ice. Eldebrink back near the line. Gets it again, deep in his own zone. Eriksson ahead for Stan. He can't reach that as Lowe is there. Lowe to Bork. Bork forced back as Stan did a bit of forechecking. Gartner now will try it. He brings it to center ice. Messier takes a bump out there. And bringing it right back to the line is Patrick Sundstrom. Shoots it in. Messier. Rink wide pass. Lowe out to center ice now. Gartner breaking for the line, but it was stopped again, this time by Telvain. Now kicked loose. To get loose was Anderson. That was stopped. Anderson at center ice, knocking it out of midair. There's it ahead, but Gartner couldn't get that pass as Telvain played up near the line. Eslund leaving it for Anderson. Anderson moving up now. He throws it into the Team Canada zone. Peters out of his net, leaves it for Lowe. Lowe hooking it back into the corner. Bork for Sutter. Sutter at center ice now. Now down to the line. At least Tonelli for Bossy behind the net. Here's Tonelli. After that puck, also in there is Sundstrom. Cleared along the boards. Peter Sundstrom at center ice now, leaving it for Neslin. Neslin going over the line. Neslin shooting it in there. It's tipped just wide. Peter Sundstrom. Peters has not had anything in the way of work and dangerous shots in this period. Had a couple from a long way out, but the Swedes are not penetrating the zone at all. Rossi overskates at center ice. Sutter shoots it in. Canada will make a change. Moving in is Tonelli. Bossy on the far boards. Sundstrom digs it out, but Coffey's right there, and he hooks it down into his own zone. After it down there is Sundstrom. Robinson checks him up against the boards at the side of the net. Peters trying to hold it in against the netting. Finally covered up, and it'll be held for a face-off to Pete Peters' left. 4-1, Canada leading. This is Labatt's Canada Cup on CTV. Well, a full house here at the Saddle Dome, the Olympic Saddle Dome in Calgary. And with that crowd of almost 16,000, attendance goes past the 145,000 mark for the tournament. So make the Eagle very happy. Puck inside the blue line now. Here's Lube getting set, goes across ice, scores! Lube, good setup across ice for Thomas Steen. And it's a 4-2 hockey game.
Well, this line here we were talking about earlier, they're the most offensive line for the Swedes. Here, Canada makes a little mistake inside their own zone, getting trapped. Lube passes it across right on the forehand of Steen. Pretty goal.
Huddy was the one that was trapped back near the line, and it just quick two-way pass. Nothing Peters could do at all.
Well, that might give Sweden a little bit of a boost here with just under 8 minutes left.
There it is again, Lube number 12 across for Stan. Well, Lube drew a couple of boos from the fans here. This is his home rink.
I think they're saying Lube.
Well, they may have. How could you not like a player like Håkan Lube? He's been an honest player tonight. Anderson, he's got a goal and an assist. He's been in on both of the Swedish goals. So it's 4-2 now. Off the boards, Middleton. Middleton backhanding it in. And Nielsen, always dangerous, rolls it along the boards. Telvain starting out from his own zone now. Telvain to Nielsen. Nielsen stops up just inside the line, and he stopped actually just before the line and put a couple of his line mates offside. Another face-off outside the blue line once again. There's Thomas.
Having a fine tournament, his 5th goal.
Neslin comes out now with the two Sundstroms. So they've broken up the lines. They're making some changes here. Radin has been taken off the line. Canada moving the puck through center ice. His Coffey got it out there. Gets it back again. Backhands it off the boards, and Anderson hustles after it. Shoots it in. Around the glass. Gartner trying to dig it loose against the boards. He's pinned in there, staying after it. But Anderson does set it back against the flow. But Messier couldn't reach that. Anderson gets it again inside the blue line. Anderson checked on the play. Here's Neslin. Out to center ice it comes now. Peter Sundstrom over the line. Stan going for the net, and he's checked. There's going to be a penalty. Out at center ice now. Gartner hustling after that puck. The goaltender's way out of the net. Shoots into the net, but I don't think it's a goal. Canada on the delayed whistle. That'll be a slashing call. couple of good moves in there, all for naught. Lindmark was coming out of the net. That was the reason he was beat. Slashing penalty called, and Anderson's going off the ice, and Sweden may get a chance to get back in this game.
Well, this is the type of game Sweden's been playing all along. They've been waiting for a few breaks here and there. They got one to get back into the game with that second goal. Now they get another break with Canada taking a penalty with 6:50 left in the period. And if they get one here, that's going to give them a little bit more spark going into the final few minutes. Here's the slash here. The stick breaks, as you can see in your picture there. And 2-minute slashing penalty.
That looked like a borderline situation. Let's see that again. Kind of. In any case, the slashing call, 13-10. Anderson's in there. So we give Sweden a shot here. Loob, Steen, Sundstrom. Patrick Sundstrom up front. He's the one from the New York Rangers. Kent Nielsen will play the blue line, along with Peter Anderson, who plays for the Washington Capitals. Good problems getting this one underway. We're set. Penalty killers for Canada. We've got Center out there, of course. Tonelli. Also Bork and Lowe. Sweden will start from their own zone now. Nielsen up along the boards for Peter Anderson. Anderson got a man breaking free there. Loob got in just ahead of the puck and is called on the offside. Anderson didn't see him there, and he was all alone and behind the defense if they could have got the puck to him. Sundstrom. Patrick.
What a player he is. He had 91 points last year, 38 goals with Vancouver. He's an excellent playmaker.
How many Twins make it into professional sports at the top level? Not that many. I'll tell you one Twin who is here as a broadcaster for the Soviet Union, and they were great players, Evgeny and Boris Myrov. All right, it's Nielsen behind his own net again, up to Anderson on the wing. Lead pass deflected by Loob over the line. Steen going deep. Bork's there, clears it off the boards at the point. Here's Nielsen winding up, takes the shot. Anderson moving in. His shot right on, batted out of midair by Peters at the point. It's Nielsen again, clearing it behind the net. Steen can't corral it, but Loob's got it in the corner. Loob reaching back. Loob also staying back there. Loob again. Anderson pinches in at the point. Gets the puck. Anderson. Nielsen, the shot. It's right on, and it's gloved by Peters, and he holds on.
The Canadian defenseman did a fine job of clearing the Swedes out of the area there so Pete could see that puck coming from the point.
Well, Peters under a little pressure here. We've got 1 minute 1 seconds remaining in the power play, and here it is. Nielsen blasting it in. Low along the ice, and the glove save. Anderson and Nielsen working well at the point. Now they'll make some lineup changes. Loob remains out there. Steen will come back out. Eldebrink will work the point. We'll see how they line this one up. Nielsen has moved up. Nielsen had moved up to play the right side on this line. So Steen, Loob, Nielsen, Eldebrink, along with Thomas Eriksson. They're down the ice. Less than a minute remaining in the penalty now. Eldebrink behind the net with Gretzky right on top of him, and he's forced to give the puck up. But Nielsen's back. Oh, Gretzky is hooked down to the ice by Eldebrink and draws a penalty.
Well, a costly penalty there for Sweden. Gretzky was really nowhere in the play. Eldebrink gave him a little hook with a stick and tripped Wayne. The referee was right there to call it, but a bad time to take a penalty with 45 seconds left in a power play.
Eldebrink is unhappy either with the call or himself, and I have a funny feeling he is unhappy with the referee right about now. Yuri Karandin of the Soviet Union tripping at 14:25 as you see it. So they'll be at even strength now, and that power play advantage ends. And it ends with 45 seconds remaining, so Canada are watching behind the puck carrier there, and as you see it, Well, it's hard to pick out. It was behind the play. Well, Sweden's going to have to pull it out now. They're going to have to go after it. They need a goal, and time is a factor here, so they need it fairly quickly.
Well, they have to try to create some scoring chances.
4-2. Canada leading. Look at the line. Messier circling in the center ice zone. Messier again to Robinson. Coffey. Back to Messier. Messier at full flight. Center ice now. Moving in over the line. Trying to circle. Telvain shoots it in, but he's wide with it. Gretzky against the board. Gretzky trying to hook it free, but it's Patrick Sundstrom. Sundstrom out at center ice now for Nestlin. Neslin's over the line. Stops up. Shoots it in. A bouncing puck that's steered into the corner by Peters. Sundstrom along the boards with Robinson. Now out comes Messier. Center ice for Gretzky. Gretzky over the line. Circles back. Good move. Now into Coffey. Coffey back to Gretzky. Gretzky reaching for it. In the corner. Double team there. Still after that puck. It's loose. Hooked free by Bossy. Now out comes to the point man. The shot is wide as Anderson moved in. Back out to the point. It comes again for Coffey to Bourque. Bourque. Set. Moves in. The shot. The screen shot. And the save is made at the goal mouth by Lindmark. Behind the net again. Gretzky. Canada with the pressure on now. Back out for Bourque. His shot right on. Eldebring. But at least Lindmark went down and he is in pain. I think that got him in a very tender spot, and we're going to get double minors called as well at rising shot. And Lindmark, take a look at it. As it is cleared out from behind the net by Gretzky. There's Bourque. Yes, it did. Very tender spot. And Lindmark trying to skate that one off. At the 1981 World Championships, Lindmark in front of his own fans was outstanding. Larry Robinson was an all-star in that tournament as well. So let's take a look at the penalties now as the double minor is called. Shuffling going on at the side of the net. Lindmark still feeling the effects of that shot. He'll be given time to shake that off.
Anderson and Telvain were wrestling in front of the net. They both went off for roughing penalties. So Canada have a 4-on-3 advantage here.
Well, that's all kinds of room. It'll look like it's international hockey. This is Labatt's Canada Cup on CTV. So it'll be 4 skaters to 3 out there. When I say it looks like international hockey, obviously this is international hockey, but European hockey with a big ice surface. All that skating room now. There you see the penalties.
This crowd's getting excited here. This wave's going around 3 or 4 times. I wonder how many drinks are spilt.
Trying to get things organized down in the Team Canada zone right now. We've got Gretzky, or at least in the Swedish zone. Gretzky, Coffey. Coffey's got the puck now against the boards, checked by Stan, and it's cleared out to center ice, and Gretzky goes after it. Gretzky to Coffey. Coffey in his own zone. Cleared out to center ice for Bourque. Bourque just gets it to the line. He was checked from behind, and it's cleared back into the Team Canada zone again. Coffey. Here he comes. The lead pass. Gretzky now on a breakaway. Gretzky shoots it. Score! That is the first goal for Gretzky since the first game of this tournament.
It's his hat trick against Germany. But there Wayne was. He snuck in behind the defenseman. He's right at the red line. Straddles the red line. Comes off the board.
A step on Erickson.
Fix the corner beautiful, just inside the post.
Now, Wayne Gretzky.
Well, he missed that one earlier. Not too often he misses breakaways.
His 4th goal of the tournament.
There he is, taking a look at the goalie coming out. Perfect shot.
Low glove side. That's how he does it. So now it is 5-2. Here's Anderson. Back in his own zone for Sweden. Dean back there now. Out for Robinson. Robinson near the line now. Clears it in. It's knocked down at the side of the net. That's Sweden. Peters gets another assist on that. Well, Peters has 2 assists in this game. Out at center ice, it is Sundstrom. Patrick Sundstrom to the line. Gradin was just straddling the line desperately, trying to get back on side, and Sundstrom took it back to center ice. Anderson to Sundstrom. Patrick Sundstrom at center ice again from Messier. Messier. Wilson. Robinson. Robinson ahead. Erickson reaching for it. Is chopped back inside the zone. Thelin. Thelin shooting it in. Robinson again back there to pick it up behind his own net. 5-2. Canada leading in game 1 of this Canada Cup final. Wilson. Wilson at center ice. Gretzky's alone. Here he comes again. He gets set. He shoots it wide on the backhand. Now out comes Sweden. Håkansson shooting it through center ice. Eklund couldn't get that pass. Håkansson again is checked away. And again it's Canada. To the line. Gretzky. Getting behind the defense, but he was offside on the play. There he is, Wayne Gretzky, a goal and a second chance on a breakaway. Shakes his head.
That gives him 11 points for the series. He's taken over the lead in the scoring, and another great effort by Wayne Gretzky.
Oh, the face-off in the center ice zone. Boy, this crowd is whooping it up. This hasn't been what you'd call a thriller of a game, but they want to see a Canada victory. And at this stage, Canada looks in good shape with 2:29 remaining to take a 1-0 lead in this best-of-3 final. Eldebrink back in his own zone. All of the penalties now have expired. Eldebrink getting into the far side. Thelin out for Nielsen. Nielsen on the march down over the line, drops it off. Here's the shot right on by Stan, and Peters holds on. Gretzky out there again. The goals for Canada in this game: Gardner, Middleton, Goulet, and Gretzky. There's the super fan. He's having a good time, and he's really got this crowd in a good frame of mind. Easy to be in a good frame of mind with a couple of minutes left and leading by 3.
That's for sure.
There's Gretzky again. Gretzky to Middleton. Middleton kicking it in over the line now. Middleton going against the boards along with Thelin. Out comes Sweden. Thelin to Nielsen. Nielsen easing it ahead for Lube. Lube forced back once again. Eldebrink. Lube inside the zone. Ahead. At center ice it comes. Thelin to Eklund. Eklund couldn't get loose. Canada again. Here comes Gretzky again, but the puck hopped over his stick. Now he stops up in the corner. Gretzky fighting for that puck. Comes to Nielsen. Nielsen in close quarters, circles and brings it to center ice now. It's Sweden coming up 4 abreast over the line. Here's Eklund. Eklund makes a move, moves in on the net, goes to the backhand. The shot is just wide by Nielsen. Canada again. At center ice it comes, knocked down by Erickson. He brings it back in over the line. Nielsen dropping the pass, and coming back was Goulet to make the play. Now the pass, Bossy going after that puck, but Lindmark had to come out of the zone, and it comes off a leg. That clearing pass came right back to Lindmark. Now it's Coffey moving in. Bossy set. He shot it wide. Now it's Coffey again shooting it in there. It's gloved by Lindmark, and he holds on for a face-off in the Swedish zone with 51 seconds remaining in this hockey game. Well, 1-0 in the book for Glenn Sather and Team Canada in the final for the Canada Cup.
Well, I think it's been a little different game than everybody, both on Canada and the fans here, anticipated. We thought that the Swedes maybe would create a little more excitement, some more scoring chances, but they just seemed to play a defensive style of game and really didn't take it to Canada.
Well, they tried to control the game and look for the breaks. That was what they got in the game in Vancouver. Canada took advantage of its chances this time and have led from the early going. The side of the net. Lindmark made the save out of center ice again. Sundstrom knocking it down, but Huddy has cleared right back in again. Bossy after that puck in the corner, cleared along the boards. Anderson gets it again. Rink wide. Delvane. Sundstrom to the line. Swings out there now. Puck comes back to Peter Sundstrom. He works to the side of the net, trying to get a shot away, and Sutter was right on top of him. Bossy hoisting it down the ice now. 10 seconds remaining in the hockey game. Back to get it. And picking it up is Anderson. Anderson is cradling that puck inside his zone, and that's it. Canada takes a 1-0 lead in the first game of this Canada Cup final. The final score, Canada 5, Sweden 2, game 2 on Tuesday. Well, here's the way these teams got here. The Soviet Union won the regular round. They were 5-0 through the first part of this tournament. The U.S. was second at 3-1-1. Then Sweden and then Canada, who played 500 hockey at the beginning. Eliminated Czechoslovakia and Germany. But then as we moved along, it was Canada through the round robin. Here they are with the wins and the losses. Of course, that disappointing game against the Soviet Union that set up all the talk. But then they came right back on the 13th of September and beat the Soviets to eliminate them. Here's Sweden and the way it went for them. That very, very disappointing, disheartening loss in Halifax to start it all. They lost against the Soviet Union and then did not lose another game against Canada, Germany, and Czechoslovakia, and the United States. And then Canada came on in the first game of the finals to win quite handily, 5-2. We say quite handily. It was a lopsided score, but neither team played very well. There are the officials for tonight's game. From the National Hockey League, Brian Lewis. John D'Amico from the NHL, and Jan Tadacek, who's developing quite a reputation for himself in this series as one of the very fine linesmen in the world today. Pete Peters in goal for Canada. That goals against average of 2.49. And the two Sundstroms and Sundstrom on a line. This line was put together late in the game, in game 1 of this series. On the other side, a surprise, Gutte Velatalo from Kiruna in northern Sweden. He's played 67 games for his national team. He's 28 years of age. He has played just one game in this series. It was a 4-2 victory over Czechoslovakia. So the coach of Sweden is taking a gamble, I would think, Darrell, in this one by changing goaltenders at this point.
Well, Canada hasn't faced this guy before, and maybe they feel that, Lindmark, he's played well throughout the series, and he's had a lot of tough games. Maybe they feel mentally it's better for the whole club to have somebody else in the net. Sometimes it works.
Well, the Sutter line is out there for Canada from the face-off. Brent Sutter gets it back to the defense. Robinson to Coffey and back to Robinson and off the boards at center ice now. Bossy having trouble in there against Sundstrom, and it's cleared back into the Team Canada zone. Coffey ahead. Tonelli can't reach it along the boards as he's checked by Sundstrom. Now the rink-wide pass by Peter Sundstrom against the boards. We're going to have fun with this line, I can tell you. Sundstrom and two Sundstroms. Now here's Tonelli shooting it in. Bossy hustling it after it. Velatalo flips it into the corner. And Bossy goes down and he is hurt in the corner. He seemed to catch an edge and then fell head first into the boards. And he is shaken up in there.
He lost his balance about 4 or 5 feet from the boards. And he couldn't get his hands up to protect himself.
Thomas Sundstrom was the one who appeared to knock him off balance, and then he went.
Oh, it's his shoulder or if it's his head. I think he had the helmet on.
Glenn Sather looking on. There's speculation this may be the last coaching job that Glenn Sather does. We'll continue with that thought in a moment, but we'll take a break right now. This is Labatt's Canada Cup on CTV. Well, everything seems to be all right. The trainer asking him what his name is. Mike Bossy, who fell head first into the boards, back on the bench, and it appears that it was the neck that's bothering him a little bit. No score in the game. We're in the first minute here. Inside the blue line now. Drops to Gretzky. Gretzky tried to slide it through. Here comes Goulet. In front, Gretzky! And he shot it off Belatello. Out come the Swedes now. The rink-wide pass. Håkan Loob picks it up at center ice over the line. Now Neslin's shot is wide. Bounces off the back of Peters and just rolled wide of the crease. Out comes Gretzky on a 2-on-1 with Goulet. Gretzky shoots it. He grazed the side of the net with it. In the corner now. Behind the net for Gretzky, out in front, and the whistle goes. And I don't know why. We'll have to wait for the ruling there. But Brian Lewis, the referee, blew the whistle on that.
There's some good action there right off the bat. Looks like the Swedes going to try to play maybe a little more aggressive. Here's a shot by Naslund off the boards. A smart play by Naslund. He knows the pucks come off the boards quite quickly. Pete Peters had a little trouble juggling it.
Pete was flat lucky. Got to have a little of that, they say, to want to be a goaltender. And he was turned. He didn't see it. It hit him in the back. He turned around and watched it roll by the post. Took a bad bounce coming off those backboards and hit the netting, and that's the reason it hit Pete in the back.
Sweden scored a goal like that earlier in the series. They shot a puck off the backboards. It came out in front, hit Pete in the back, and Larry Robinson tried to clear it and went into the net. So.
Some days are better than others.
That's right.
Play this game enough, everything happens. Over the line comes Gradin now. Gradin over getting set against the boards, tried to roll it in front. The Swedes much more aggressive here. Sandstrom has failed to convert that. Now Coffey along the boards. Gartner can't get it out. The puck is shot wide of the net off a leg. Sandstrom again. Sandstrom trying to get it in front, and Wilson makes the check. And against the boards again. And it's cleared along the boards. Olaine out to center ice now. And they couldn't get that lead pass to Gartner. It's back into Team Canada territory again. Along the boards after it is Hutchinson. Into the corner, hooked into the corner on the far side now, and after it there is Sandstrom. He's checked behind the net. Back there is Coffey. Coffey out to Anderson. Anderson kicking it up onto his stick. Pearson center ice now. On full flight is Gartner. Gartner going to his backhand. Gets set. He shoots. Hit the post. Rebound. Oh, what a save! They score, but the net was off the mooring. Now the net was off the moorings when the puck went in the net, I think. We'll have to look at a replay here.
Well, when Gartner makes his shot here, the goal light goes on. But the puck was not in, but the goal light did go on. The puck was definitely off the moorings when that puck went into the net.
There it is. The first one hit the post, and it just bounced right out and lay there.
The goal light did go on here when he hit the post. Now the net's off the moorings and the puck is into the net. Whether they're going to count it or not, I don't know.
Well, the Swedes are arguing the point right now, and they've got a pretty good argument. The whistle must go immediately that the net comes off the mooring. But Ryan Lewis says no. Messier gets the goal. Right at the 2-minute mark. International rules, the net comes off its moorings, play stops. That's it. No matter who took it off the moorings. If you took it off under any circumstances other than accidentally, then it's a penalty. But the fact is that you can't score into a net that is not in position.
Well, definitely, Brian Lewis thought, I guess, that the puck had gone in before us. He would have called it. A big break for Team Canada.
Peter Stastny facing off against Stan. Loob gets it now at center ice. Drops it back to the defense. Sweden trying to organize now. They're down 1-0 early in this hockey game. And it's touched on the icing. And we'll have a face-off again in the Swedish zone. This is Labatt's Canada Cup on CTV. There's the coach of Team Sweden, Leif Bourque, looking on. Face-off will be to Belatello's left. That'll be Stan facing off against Sutter. Robinson and Wilson have been reunited as a defensive pairing here. Against the boards, Nielsen circling away from some forechecking, cuts across ice, and he's forced back, then nearly threw it away right in front of his own net as he tried to get the pass to Eldebrink. Out comes Sweden now with Håkan Loob, shooting it to the far side, and it's a 2-line pass, so it's back into the Swedish zone for a face-off, and they'll make a change. The official scoring on that goal, Messier is second of the tournament from Gartner and Anderson at the 2-minute mark. And Canada leading 1-0. Shots on goal 2-0 favor Canada. Thomas staying.
He's having a good tournament. He scored 5 goals. He's not really known to be a goal scorer, but he's put the puck in the net in this tournament.
Puck is cleared down the ice. Peters leaves it beside of his net now. Wilson, Robinson, ahead, Tonelli. Tonelli up along the board, stuck past the check, but they got enough of them that the puck rolled free and it's cleared back into the Team Canada zone. Wilson, behind his net. Ahead for Tonelli. Tonelli ducking through at center ice now. He's got Sutter with him. Mossy moving up. Here's the pass for Sutter. And it just deflected off the heel of his stick. And against the boards now. Flipping it up there is Peter Anderson. Moving in is Tonelli doing that work he's been doing all through the tournament. Out in front! That save! On the backhand, that was Sutter. And he just got his blocker out in front of that. Did Valicello. Now Robinson at the blue line. Robinson set. Shoots it in. Just wide. Rolls in front. Tonelli's knocked down. As he was checked closely by Stain right in front of the net. On the center ice comes Nielsen. Nielsen to Lube. Lube trying to duck around the check of Coffey. Coffey comes away with the puck ahead to Gretzky. Gretzky over the line. Here's Goulet moving in. Cross in front of the net and they shot it wide. That was Coffey cutting across in front of the net. Also Bossy. Now Goulet in the corner. Goulet checked up against the boards by Patrick Sundstrom. It's cleared out. And out comes Sweden right now. And they're forced back as Lube drops it back to the defense. Delbane ahead off the boards. Sundstrom couldn't reach that. Canada tried to bring it right back in again. Goulet has to wait for Gretzky to bet back on side. Coffey ahead off the heel of Gretzky's skate over the line now for Middleton. Middleton rink wide. Here's Gretzky. And he was behind the defense. Couldn't hold the puck. Gretzky in front. Here's Goulet. And he shot it up over top of the net as Valicello covered the angle. Back out near the blue line now. Backhanded in, a deflected shot off Goulet that's wide of the net. Now out at center ice, it's shot right back in there by Goulet to Gretzky to Middleton. Middleton to Gretzky. He scores!
Well, what a nice play here by Team Canada. There's Rick Middleton picking the puck, kicking it up with a skate over to Gretzky. He's got the open net to put it in. But Team Canada forcing Sweden into making mistakes into their own end. Beautiful pass by Rick Middleton here.
Gretzky made the shot as he was falling down as we look at this angle, and you see him, he's going down on the play. Still got the shot away, good concentration. And Valicello, who's been outstanding, is still down 2-0 early. He's made some big saves, but the pressure from Team Canada has been intense in the Swedish zone. Messier from the face-off to Anderson now. The official scoring, Gretzky, Middleton, and Goulet getting the assist at 4:39. Lowe back inside his own zone. Neslin moves in on him. It's cleared out through center ice and all the way down the ice. Delane is back to get it. Clears it around the boards. Out near the blue line. It comes out to center ice. It's deflected out there. Now it's stolen inside the line. Now Lube is shot right up on Peters. That's the first time he's been tested. The shots on goal now are 5-1. Over the line comes Gartner. Gartner going in now, shoots it! And it's deflected up over top of the net by Valicello. Now back out into the slot. Turning with it is Håkan Lube. He's forced back by Messier. Feeds it off against the boards for Thelin. Thelin, rink wide. It's stolen by Gartner. Gartner moving in after that puck. But Håkan Lube is back to pick it up. Lube at the side of his net, clearing it down the ice. This will come right down to Peters. Peters throwing it up ice now. Robinson over the line, intended for Gartner. Comes right to the goal mouth. Olaine out along the boards. Wilson intercepted that, then lost possession of it. Sweden trying to get it out now. Now it's Stastny back in over the line. Good move now. Stastny moving in, trying to get set with a man in the slot. He gets it back to the blue line for Robinson. Here comes a shot. They score! 3-0 Canada as they pour it on early.
Well, some good passing work by Peter Stastny. Controls the puck in the end zone. The Swedes let Canada come right in. Control the play.
Watch for the deflection here, Darryl.
Larry's looking there. He takes a look. Warren's out to the side of the net. Well, I guess it went straight in.
It looked like it did. I thought it deflected too. It did. It was straight in. Great view of it there. Like it had eyes, they say, Darrell.
Well, this is what Team Sweden didn't want to happen. They didn't want Team Canada to get ahead of them. They thought that if they could get an early lead themselves, they'd make it a hockey game, but they've dug themselves into a hole right here.
Well, Larry gets a big hand here in the Northlands Coliseum. His first goal of the tournament. At center ice, Håkansson clearing it in. Out of the net is Peters. Peters behind the net, backhanding it along the boards. Now back near the line, it hops over the stick of Lindholm, and it's back into the Sweden zone. Pauline back inside his own zone, feeds it up ice now at center ice. Carrying it is Thomas Sandstrom, and it's intercepted. They move in on the net, but it's poked away by Kevin Lowe. Out comes Canada. At center ice, Peter Stastny. He's over the line, offside as he hit the line. And with Canada leading 3-0, we'll take a break. This is Labatt's Canada Cup on CTV. Well, Darrell, a few of us got together this afternoon to discuss potential all-stars and overall all-star team for this tournament. That fella right there is going to get some votes.
Well, he's played fantastic. Not only played on the ice, but his experience, his leadership in the dressing room, and keeping the guys loose. And when it's time to come to play, standing up and leading the team, he's done an excellent job, that's for sure.
Here's Lube to Nielsen. Nielsen trying to feed it back to Lube, but that was stripped by Coffey. Stayan now shoots it into the corner. Bossy's there. He feeds it back to Coffey. He's another fellow who will get some votes. Did an excellent Canada Cup. At one point he led the overall scoring in this Canada Cup. This Paul Coffey. Here's Tonelli now. Tonelli down on the left wing board. Tonelli trying to find a man. Tries to roll it in front. Backhand shot right up there. The rebound. They score! Tonelli! 4-0. That was Canada's 10th shot on goal. 7 minutes and 13 seconds into the game.
Well, we talked about an awesome offense that Canada's capable of presenting, and they're sure doing it here tonight. Here's John Tonelli. We talked about all-stars. He's been an all-star throughout this tournament. Sutter's played very well. There's his rebound. Tonelli backhands it in. They're sure not giving Volotello very much protection there tonight.
Tonelli's third goal of the tournament. Sutter will draw an assist on it. This is an awesome performance as Canada really felt that they had to just get them right back on their heels if they could. And Sweden has certainly been that. They're going to make a goaltending change. I can't blame Volotello for any of this. He has been standing alone. When you can get that many shots on a goaltender that quickly, don't blame the goaltender for that.
No, not at all. He's a little bit of tough luck. I don't really know if whoever they had in there tonight would have had trouble stopping some of those shots.
Well, Peter Lindmark will go in.
Well, he's had an excellent tournament too. He's capable of being an all-star in there. He's got Sweden to the finals. Why they made the change tonight, I don't know. Maybe it was a hunch the coach had, but this guy's played well throughout the tournament.
Well, sometimes a change of pace will help. Just a little component that's a little different, and it changes the type of play. We've seen it happen in the NHL. I think the same way. There's John Tonelli. Well, I tell you, we take a vote, and I think we're unanimous in this broadcast booth at least, Darrell. There's the outstanding player of the Canada Cup.
Well, I'd say so too. He's been the most consistent game in and game out, and nothing but sheer hard work has got him there.
Well, they always say the first shot is the toughest to handle. There's Lindmark. He didn't handle that as well as I'm sure he liked, but he didn't get a warm-up either.
Well, the way Team Canada's been playing this first 7 minutes, Sweden's in for a long hockey game.
Well, 99's out there. Peter Lindmark and Volotello, by the way, come from the same hometown, Kiruna, which is in the northern tip of Sweden. And both are veterans of international play. Matter of fact, Volotello started this game, played back in the, knocked out of the air with a high stick, so they go back into the Swedish zone for a face-off. Volotello had played in the last Canada Cup for Sweden. Not a lot, but he had played. Kevin Lowe, playing in front of his hometown fans. He's from Lachute, Quebec. Played his junior hockey with the Quebec Rempart of the Quebec Major Junior Hockey League. Was team captain in his junior years. Now here's Middleton doing some forechecking inside the line. Sundstrom. Middleton steals it, but now it's poked up to center ice. In they come now. This is Sandstrom. Sandstrom trying to split the defense, and Lowe knocks him down. Out comes Goulet. Goulet at center ice ahead for Kevin Lowe. Lowe's over the line now. Had trouble handling it. Goulet trailing on the play, but Telvain knocked it away. And it's back out at center ice for Patrick Sundstrom. Over the line for Peter. He knocks it into the corner. Patrick along behind the boards now. Gretzky throws a check back there. Now Sandstrom along the boards on this side. Goulet hooking it out to center ice, and Gretzky's on a 2-on-1 now with Middleton. Gretzky, Middleton can't reach it. Telvain recovered very nicely. He's been the outstanding defenseman in my mind for Sweden, and one of the best defensemen in this tournament, Telvain. And he's one of the new type Swedes who likes to use the muscle.
We might see him in Boston another year.
Yeah, Harry Sinden can hardly wait to see him. He's got another year in the Swedish league. Now a race for the puck inside the zone. Gardner going in after it also as Thelin there. He flips it out to center ice, and Thelin is the one that is this year going to the Boston Bruins training camp. Off the leg now, moving right up and over the line. Now comes Sundstrom moving in on the backhand, and look at the job that Robinson did on him as he tried to move in. Now in the corner, behind the net for Wilson. Wilson just stopped up behind the net. Canada is leading 4-0 here as we near the midway point of the first period. Robinson at center ice, Gardner to Anderson. Anderson hustling his way by the defense, moves in deep now. Moving in with him is Eklund. Behind the net, he rolled it out in front. Loose puck out to the blue line. Wilson with that shot. Looking for the deflection was Messier. Now pinching in at the point is Huddy. Behind the net, Thelin feeds it off the boards. It's trapped right there. The Swedes come out to center ice. Nestlin, rink wide for Lube. Lube just knocking it ahead, but Anderson was right there, and he brings it back in again. Anderson in front, and that time it was Lindmark who deflected it away. As charging in front of the net was Messier. Now Messier behind the net. Picked up there by Eriksson, Bo Eriksson. Now they move it ahead off the boards past Lube and down into the Team Canada zone. Peters is one of the best puck handlers as a goaltender in the NHL. Ahead now, here's Bellows going over the line. Bellows has to fight off the check from Olaine. In against the boards, Bellows, it bounces up on the boards. Sandstrom trying to get it out. Can't as he has his pass intercepted by Huddy, and it's in deep again. Now Olaine ahead. At center ice, it is Gradin. Gradin over the line now. Gradin along with Sandstrom goes in, hits the side of the net with his shot. Again, he got no room. Now Sandstrom out in front, the shot! And that was deflected by the defense. Peter Stastny up on the right wing boards. It's Stastny coming to the line. Good drop pass. Now Bellows over the line, gives it a copy. Back to Bellows. He gets it in front of the net. And it goes off a couple of legs as Stastny was parked right there. At center ice, it's Sandstrom. Sandstrom to the line, he shoots it in, offside, and we'll have a face-off. 10 minutes, 43 seconds gone in the first period, and there's the score already. This is Labatt's Canada Cup on CTV. Face-off in the center ice zone. Staying out there along with Lube and Nielsen, and the Sutter line, the checking line for Canada. Back to the defense for Thomas Eriksson. Moves it to the blue line. Lowe intercepted it there. Digs it loose. Backs into his own zone. Feeds it across in front of his own net off Ray Bourque. Bourque back now for Lowe. Deep in his zone. Tonelli banging it off the boards. Out to center ice again. Eldebrink cutting through some traffic as Bossy tried to check him. Up throws it right on the stick of Tonelli. Over the line now. Sutter with a little room. Drops it over for Tonelli. Tonelli getting set now in front of the net. With Bossy cutting in front. It was deflected up into the crowd by Lindmark. And a face-off in the Swedish zone.
Earlier in the tournament, Canada had some problems putting the puck in around the net. Here's Kent Nielsen. He had a fine game here against the United States, getting 5 points. Talking to him before the game, asking him what his thoughts were. He said, we don't want Canada to get up on us 1 or 2 goals. He said there might be a sense of the team falling apart and the score being very lopsided. And that's what has happened here tonight. Whether they can come back or not, I don't know. I doubt it very much.
Well, we have seen stranger things in this game of ours. Circling back is Anderson in his zone. Tonelli's in there working on him. Drops it off for Telvain. Telvain over for Sundstrom. Loses it. Shot by Bossy. Oh, you don't want to do that with Mike Bossy floating around. Here's Tonelli back behind the net now. Bossy looking for a man. Rolls it in front. Tonelli was knocked down in the slot by Telvain. The Swedes out at center ice once again. Here's Sandstrom. Sandstrom to the line. He had it checked away from him by Lowe. Behind the net. Sundstrom. The other Sundstrom. Patrick in front of the net. A shot. And Peters. Point blank range. And Peters made the save. Now here's a chance for Canada. Gretzky just couldn't get that deflection as it was steered away by Peter Lindmark. Sandstrom out over center ice and in over the line, and he is chased up against the boards by Ray Bourque, and there's going to be a high sticking penalty on that one. Bourque got the stick up on the check. And now Sweden will go on the power play.
We're seeing a pretty wide open hockey game here. A lot of good scoring chances. Pete Peters had to come up with a big save there. Now the Swedes will have a chance on a power play.
So Ray Bourque goes off at the 12-18 mark. High sticking the call.
Kent Nielsen, when I was talking to him, he said there's a sense of feeling among some of the players that they're happy to be here in the finals, and
well, he got it way up on him. May have been assisted a bit, but supposed to keep it down.
Anyway, getting back to Kent, he said they were happy to be here. They weren't expected to be in the finals, and he was hoping that they could all come up with a big effort and a good showing here tonight. They weren't very happy with the performance last game, the first game of the series.
Well, Sweden needs a goal desperately right about now, even this early in the game. Behind the net now, that is Nielsen to the corner. Working it along the boards, out to Eldebrink. Eldebrink, the shot, screen shot with Nielsen floating around. That may have even deflected into Peters' glove.
Well, Pete, he's playing with a lot of confidence. The other night against the Swedes, he played a very effective game. 30 shots against them, and I thought he was one of the players of the game, too.
21% power play efficiency. That's fourth in the Canada Cup. Sweden can put some good forwards out there and some good scorers. Stan, got Nielsen out there as well. Eldebrink has been good on the power play, and there you look at Thomas Stan of the Winnipeg Jets. 3 NHL seasons. He played in the 1981 Canada Cup as well. Messier to take the draw against Stan. And from the face-off, the Swedes again control. Eldebrink getting it back against the boards. Cradled there. Back out to Eldebrink. He gives it to Eriksson now. Eriksson in deep. Nielsen back to Eriksson to Nielsen. Nielsen, as Canada's in the box. Here's the shot. Missed the net with it on the short side. Now, along the boards, Lube picks it up. Lube just controlling it at the line. Feeds it in deep now. Nielsen trying to get out. Flipped into the corner by Peters. Messier tried to kick it away. Comes back to the point. Kicked in again. Now here's a chance for Eriksson. Had trouble as he bunted it down into the corner. Bounced up high on him. Now again, Eriksson in deep for Nielsen. Nielsen hooks it back into the corner. Stan loses it to Robinson to Gretzky at center ice. Gretzky, one man to beat. Here's his shot. That's gloved by Lindmar. Came from a long way out. Eriksson coming out now. 47 seconds left in the power play. Eriksson shooting it in. Peters out of the net. Just leaves it there. Now clears it up along the boards. Gretzky is there, but so is Eldebrink, and he's the one that took the puck to Nielsen. 35 seconds left in the power play. Nielsen forced back now under checking from Tonelli at center ice. It's hooked away. Nielsen again. Nielsen, a great stick handling of his, and he gave it away. Here's Bourne coming right back to the line now. Bourne feeding it back to Coffey at his line. Too low. Back to Coffey. Back to Lowe. Killing it off. 15 seconds remaining. Coffey, Lowe. Now they try to get it out of the zone. It's checked away by Neslin. Neslin with a great quickness moves out, gets it out in front. Here's the shot. Right on. Rebound. Cleared away by the defense. Coffey saved that. It's still loose in front of the net. Out in front and standing on it. With a golden opportunity right in the goal mouth area was Håkansson. Cleared to center ice and Bourque. Bourque over the line. Gets it out in front. And Tonelli was knocked down, and we'll have a penalty call on Sweden. This is Labatt Canada Cup on CTV.
Raymond Bourque throws the puck out in front. See the Swedish defenseman grabbing Tonelli. I guess he pulled him down. He's off for holding.
So Bo Eriksson in there then at the 14:30 mark. Leif Bourque. He tried a hunch here. It didn't work for him. Shots on goal right now are 10-5. A much different looking hockey game than the other night, which was very much close to the vest with no flow to it. This is not a bad hockey game despite the score, Darryl. We've seen a lot of action early in this game.
Some great action. Good offensive passes. Good scoring chances.
Peterson now. Now it's Sundstrom clearing it down the ice. Pete Peters at the side of his net. And he'll play it back to Robinson. Robinson ahead for Stastny. Stastny as Canada's on the power play now. Gives it to Goulet. Goulet over the line now. Moving in as well as Middleton. Goulet gets it to Middleton. Middleton is checked against the board. Stastny moves after it. Comes loose. Here's Wilson with a little room. Gets it back to Robinson. Robinson teeing it up now. Gets it over for Goulet. Goulet backed up against the boards. Gives to Robinson. Robinson along the line. In for Wilson. Wilson moving in. Feeds it in front. Goulet was moving after it, but it deflected away from him too far. Sundstrom then clears it down the ice. Peters is there. He feeds it up the ice. Robinson ahead. Goulet checking the puck at center ice now. Now drops it back for Robinson. Wilson still in the center ice zone. Gets it ahead. Neslin intercept. Neslin's down over the line. He's got a good shot. There it is. Right on. And Peters coolly cleared it off to the wing. Neslin then fed it back down into his own zone. Canada will make a change now as Lindmark's way out of his net. And he clears it down the ice himself. Peters just leaving it behind the net. Here comes Canada now. Out of the zone, Paul Coffey. The lead pass is for Gardner, who squeezes through on the boards, loses his balance, collects the puck behind the net on this side. Out in front for Coffey. Coffey over now at the line. It is not contained. There is a race for the puck. Bork reaching for it. Here's a clear breakaway for Naslund, and a save by Peters. Naslund jammed against the boards. And Anderson upended by Naslund. Coffey cutting in front of his own net with 15 seconds remaining in the power play. Messier to the line. Is checked away from him. Anderson reaching for it. Bouncing puck rolls just wide of the net. Fanning on it there was Lindmark. Out comes Sweden from their own zone. Steen drops it back deep in his own zone. Now it's cleared out through center ice. Coffey with the penalty over. Clears it off the boards, and Gardner hustles over the line after it. Gardner checked by Eriksson. Now on this side, Sweden, and it's mishandled in there by Eriksson in front of the net. They score! Eriksson mishandled it coming off the boards. And that line with Sutter on it just took advantage, as they've done so often in a forechecking vein.
John Tonelli makes a fine play here. He passes it right out to Sutter, right there in front to tip it in.
You just do not make a mistake around John Tonelli in this tournament. Here it comes. Tonelli set it up, but he took advantage of the mistake of Eriksson along the boards, and that paved the way for it.
Puts it right on the stick of Sutter here. He flips it right into the net.
Lindmark thought the play was going to come across the goal mouth and went the wrong way on it, as it turned out. 5-0 Canada. Bossy picked along the boards now. Low. Clearing it ahead. It's off Bossy at center ice. Sutter from Tonelli. Tonelli has a couple of points in this game. Sutter has a goal and an assist as well. And with the puck over the boards, we'll take a break. 5-0, Canada leading. This is Labatt's Canada Cup on CTV. 5-0 Canada leading. This program is broadcast under rights granted by Hockey Canada and the NHL Players Association. It's protected by copyright. Is intended for the private use of our audience. Any rebroadcast, retransmission, or reuse of this program without the express written permission of the CTV television network and TV Labatt is forbidden. Well, we've got exactly 3 minutes left. Yvonne Murray, who is responsible for the Catch the Spirit music that is backed up Team Canada across this country and throughout this tournament, and we would hope, at least Canadian fans would hope, that we go all the way, Spirit to the Canada Cup. Sutter behind the net now, but cutting through. Throwing it ahead at center ice now is Sundstrom. Patrick Sundstrom's over the line to Peters. Sundstrom going for the net now. Gets a chance in front. But Kevin Lowe reached back, and then Peters controlled the puck in the slot. Now against the boards. Canada with a 5-0 lead. Bossy turning. Ducks away from a check there as Sundstrom moved in on him, but then he threw it away to the other Sundstrom. This is Patrick back in over the line, offside. Eddie Westfall's down below. Eddie, what's it look like from your angle?
I'm standing with Kevin Collins, the linesman from the National Hockey League. Kevin, what's your impressions of the first period so far?
Well, it's been a very good hockey game, Eddie. Canada really came out to play the type of game they wanted to, and they're doing it.
Do you think that Sweden has any opportunity to get back into this hockey game?
Well, you can always get back to any game, but right now I look at the score 5-0. I wonder.
Do you watch the other officials in a hockey game such as this, or do you watch the game?
Actually, I do a little both, but mostly watch the officials.
Thank you a lot.
Puck is deflected down into the Swedish zone. That's Middleton hustling after it, tried to hook it away. A good defensive job there by Bo Eriksson, but then puck is thrown right to Goulet. Back down behind the net. Goulet out front. Middleton shot it just wide. Down the corner. Out comes Håkan Loob to center ice. Loob with Nestlin now. Loob over the line. In front for Nielsen. Nielsen tried to get loose. It was hooked out of harm's way there by Doug Wilson. Behind the net, Nestlin and Wilson. Nestlin along the boards for Middleton. Out to center ice. Gretzky knocks it down, but it was checked away from him by Mats Thelin. Down goes Eklund. Third back into the Swedish zone. Thelin's back there along with Gretzky. Gretzky takes him hard up against the glass. Now Goulet. Goulet moving it after that puck. Takes the puck, goes into the corner after it, but then it pops free. And Loob has got it again. Loob. Off a stick at center ice. Eriksson. Eriksson feeding it ahead. Gartner's back there. Gartner back to Coffey. Coffey ahead at center ice now for Gartner. Gartner fading to the far boards now. Hustles that puck in over the line. Gartner ducks past the check, but then lost possession at the last instance, and Lindmark was able to clear it away. Coffey behind his own net now. On top of him is Håkansson. It's cleared to center ice again. Lindholm out there. Less than a minute remaining in the period now. 5-0 Canada leading. Alin at center ice. Rink wide pass. Here's the Håkansson shot. That was saved by Peters. The shots on goal have closed up considerably. Now 11-9 favor Canada. Out comes Anderson. He is stopped just as he hit the line by Håkansson. Now ahead. Håkansson again. Back in over the line. Here's Gradin. Clears it in front. They score! Nielsen! Kind of a slow motion goal that threw Peters off as far as timing is concerned, and it went right between his legs. He was looking for the hard shot, and it appeared to deflect.
Ken Nielsen coming off his off wing. It hit something that hit a stick. Peters opened his legs and just threw him off balance a little bit. Bit of a break for the Swedes here.
The defenseman got in the way of it, diving across. I think that's Kevin Lowe there, and it just hit him and then slid into the net. Nothing Peters could do about that at all. Kind of slid into the net. Not much a goaltender can do when they change direction or change speed on you like that. Stastny, as we're in the final 15 seconds of the period now. Low ahead for Bourne. He shoots it in now. After it to the far side is Bellows. Put behind the net. Eldebrink's back there. And he is upended. And it's cleared near the line as the siren goes to end the period. Darryl, we look back on that period and just a tremendous start to the game. The tempo Canada put up got them a great big lead, 4-5-0. Then Sweden came on in the last part of the period, and 5-0 leads are not the insurmountable leads when you're playing with it in the first period. And Sweden had I think the edge of play in the final 10 minutes of the period.
Well, they did, but I think of Team Canada at the start of the tournament, the offensive power they had in putting this team together, and it seemed to all come together in this first of this period. And their passes were on the guy's stick, they were going into the net, something that wasn't happening early in the tournament. But they did let down. Sometimes when you do get a 5-0 lead like that, you have a tendency maybe to lay back a little bit. The Swedes came on, although a number of their shots were from just inside the blue line, long shots, but Pete Peters looked sharp and pretty well able.
All right, well, we've got a 5-1 hockey game after one period here. Shots on goal, 11-10, favor Canada. And this is Labatt's Canada Cup on CTV.
Sweden's had some good shots, some long shots, but he's been there. He makes them look awful easy.
You know, the one thing, and I noticed that the defensemen take advantage of it too. When he's outside the goal crease, he plays the puck so well. I don't think there's a goaltender in the business anywhere in the world that plays the puck as well outside the net as Pete Peters does. And the defensemen set up right at the blue line. They don't even bother coming back for the puck quite often. They'll let him pass it up to them.
He's learned a little bit from Jerry Cheevers, who was excellent at that throughout his career.
Not a bad teacher. Play underway here in the second period now. 5-1, Canada leading. Puck is cleared into the Team Canada zone, and there's Peters playing the puck outside the net. He clears it along the boards. Bossy back against the flow. Canada trying to get it out. Sutter can't reach that one. Coffey will try once again. Coffey working with Robinson again out at center ice. There's a backhand pass by Sutter. Ahead for Tonelli. Tonelli hits the line, but Telvane stripped it away. And it's out at center ice for Bossy. Bossy off the boards. And over the line, chopped back out there by Anderson. Robinson. Here's Coffey back for it. Coffey, under forechecking pressure from Peter Sundstrom. Sundstrom kicking it free now. Coffey knocks him down. Here's the loose puck inside the zone. Back to the blue line. Telvain, the shot. It is knocked down right in front of the net. Neslin reaching for it. Shot it in there. And it's kicked away by Peters. Now Bossy at center ice. Eriksson knocks it down. Neslin digging it out again. He shoots it back in again. Sundstrom with Peters under the net. He clears it along the boards. And again, they wait for the pass. Bossy shooting it up ice. Gretzky going after it. Also back there is Chalene. He clears it around the boards. Now Canada on the change. It deflects out to center ice. Goulet back inside his own zone. Canada with Bork carrying the puck now at center ice. Clears it in. Goulet's hustling after it. Also Chalene for Sweden. And it's called on the icing. We'll have a face-off in the Team Canada zone. A minute and a half gone in the second period. 5-1. Canada leading. This is Labatt's Canada Cup on CTV. Face-off will be deep in the Team Canada zone. They just handed us our ballots for the All-Star team lineup. Darryl and I are trying to figure this one out. At center ice now. Cleared in by Gretzky, at least Goulet moving up along the boards. Now Middleton to Gretzky. Over the line, back to Goulet. Goulet swinging through along the boards. It rolls loose now. Bork moves in after it. Still inside the zone. Bork moving in to the corner. Chops it free, but now it's checked up against the board. And Sweden will start out. Sundstrom at center ice. With him is Hawkinson. His shot is deflected up into the crowd, and we'll have another face-off in the Team Canada zone. Shots on goal have leveled off at 11 apiece. Canada with that explosion to start the game, a 4-0 lead before the game was 8 minutes old. And from there, they've just coasted. There's Peter Lindmark. Some statistics on him. And speaking of statistics, we'd like to thank the people from Hewlett-Packard who have done a great job throughout the Canada Cup at supplying us with statistics and shooting percentages and so on. The computer that has done it all for us during the Canada Cup. At center ice now. Here's Messier to Gardner. Gardner over the line, back to Messier. Messier getting set. The shot's just wide. Here's Wilson at the point. Wilson drifting it in there, but it's stopped at the defense and cleared out to center ice now. Here's Nielsen moving down over the line. Lube catching up. Nielsen set the shot. It's kicked in against the board. Now on the boards and out to center ice. There's Eldebrink. Eldebrink swinging back near the line. Chops it free. Stay in. Backhanding a pass for Nielsen, who tries to catch up to it, but Huddy's there. Huddy stops up inside his own zone. Huddy off the boards for Gardner. Gardner at center ice for Messier. And it's cleared back into the Team Canada zone. Peters flipping it to Anderson. Anderson loses it inside the blue line to Lube, who shoots it in. Peters juggled it momentarily, left it for Wilson. Behind the net, Wilson along the boards at center ice now. Messier unable to control it. Wilson will have to go back into his end. Also with him is Peter Sundstrom. They go in against the boards, and Sundstrom won that battle. Now it is Huddy. Huddy in there, pins it against the boards. We'll have a face-off again in the Team Canada zone.
Sundstrom's going to get a penalty here for holding Wilson into the boards, a holding penalty. He took Wilson into the end boards.
So Sundstrom, and this is not the time to be getting a penalty. There it is. Oh, he's got a clutch on him.
Oh, the headlock.
That were professional wrestling, it'd be illegal. That's a choke hold out there. So Peter Sundstrom of the New York Rangers. The Rangers have got another pretty good hockey player in Sandstrom joining them. He'll be a rookie this year. Here's Bossy now over the line. Canada on a power play right now. That puck is hooked free and shot right back down the ice. And Robinson, as Peters plays the puck for him. Canada on the power play now. They have Tonelli out there along with Sutter and Bossy and Robinson and Coffey. And Coffey's got the puck from Robinson, straight up ice. Cutting across is Tonelli. He shoots it in. Sutter's moving behind the net. The far boards. It is Sundstrom. Back near the line. Bossy to Tonelli. Tonelli gets the return pass. Here's his shot. It's deflected wide. Sutter put a stick on it, deflected it the wrong way. Now Coffey again. Coffey, here's in front of the net. Robinson getting set, working along the line, gives to Coffey. Coffey getting set, gets it to Tonelli now. Tonelli, they're looking for that man. They're looking for the perfect play if they can make it now. Sutter behind the net. Sutter working his way free now to Coffey to Robinson. Fans are saying shoot the puck. Now Bossy in front, and Sutter couldn't control that. Now cleared out near the line, and out comes Sweden as they flip it to center ice, and 50 seconds remaining in the power play. Robinson Back inside his own zone. Complete change for Sweden now. Also off the bench. A lot of traffic at the benches as Canada makes a change. Here's Coffey. Great move at the line. Coffey tried to slide it through for Middleton. Coffey. Middleton can't get that behind the net. Intercepted by Lindholm. And it's cleared to the line. Knocked out of midair by Gretzky to Coffey. Coffey in front of the net. They score! And I believe it deflected off Eldebrink's stick. So Coffey will get the goal.
Wayne Gretzky does a nice job of knocking the puck out of the air. Got the good eye-hand coordination, knocks it out, passes it across. Here's the puck he knocks out of the air. Lays right down there for him. Coffey's trying to make a pass over to Middleton, who's on the side of the net. It hits Eldebrink's stick and right in between the legs of Lindmark. There he is trying to make the pass, straight in the corner.
Well, Eldebrink, wish he could have that one back. Nielsen now at center ice. Near the blue line, it is now 6-1 Canada. That penalty was a costly one. Here's Stan. Going in front, the shot that's blocked at the front of the net. Loose there, they roll it in. The goal is scored by Stan. He just touched it, but was enough to go in. There was no velocity on that shot at all. It just slid underneath Peters and into the net. So they get it back quickly.
Scramble around the net here.
Oh, the pain.
Loses sight of it, there it is.
Just over the line. Stan just got a little piece of it. Here it comes. Here it slides in. Peters did everything he could. He fell back, hoping that he'd sort of land on it. Coffey unassisted on the first goal, and the second goal, Stan. We'll get the full announcement in a moment. Now inside the blue line, and player is knocked down. There's going to be a penalty, I believe, for charging as Bork took a run at somebody. Now right inside the zone it is called. The penalty is going to be called. And so now Canada will go a man short. Sweden trails by 4. This is Labatt's Canada Cup on CTV. Well, the charging is called on Ray Bork. Eriksson will draw the assist on the stay-in goal, and also Eldebrink. Bork goes off for tripping. Now it is 6-2 favor Canada. But Canada has not played very well the last little bit, and Sweden seems to be coming on a little bit. So this could be a key moment in the game again. Don't forget, we've got a long way to go here.
Talbane hurt his knee. He hit his knee against Bork's, and a little ice pack would keep the swelling down. An opportunity here now for Sweden on the power play to maybe get back into this hockey game.
Well, this game is going around the world via Video Spec International. Look at the list of countries that this game is being televised to. The world feed. Now out in front of the net. Sweden misfired there. Eldebrink with a shot. He just whistled that one wide. On the boards now. Still kept in. Try to stick handle it across the front of the net. Eklund trying to get loose, and it's off a leg and back out to center ice, and Eldebrink is there. Eldebrink ahead. Nielsen unable to control it against Gretzky. Gretzky hustles in over the line, but he had him lined up as he hit that line. Now Eldebrink again. Brink wide pass. Lube over the line, and he is chased up against the boards by Paul Coffey. Eldebrink is there. Eldebrink, Stan moving towards the net. It's cleared around the boards. Peters came out of the net. Nielsen on the far side. Nielsen, power play on for Sweden here as it gets it back to the point. There it is, Eriksson. Back to Nielsen. Nielsen feeding it in deep. They roll it in front, but it's off a stick. Robinson is there. It's flipped up into the air, wide of the net, and Robinson tried to golf it off the boards. It's kept in at the point by Eriksson. Now Robinson clears it down the ice. Eldebrink cutting in front of his own net now. Eldebrink fading to the far boards as Bossy moves into forecheck. He stations himself behind the net. 40 seconds remaining in the power play now at center ice. Over the line for Sweden is Eklund. Eklund hopping over a stick, still has that puck. Eklund moving in deep. Eklund back to Eriksson at the point now. Here's his shot through a crowd. Peters lost sight of it, but Lowe was there. Along the boards, Eriksson. It pops free along the boards now. Hockmanson shooting it in. It's cleared right back out and down the ice. Lindmark out of his net. Bossy moves in on top of him, but Lindmark didn't play the puck. Now it's cleared off to the wing. Eriksson starts out at center ice for Neslin. Neslin to the line. Neslin feeding it in deep. Nice play, but it's steered away by Lowe and then picked up by Goaltender Pete Peters, and he holds on with 1 second left in the power play.
Well, a nice little play by Mats Naslund. I think he's been the most offensive threat for the Swedes tonight. He's got great speed. He makes a nice little play there to send his forward in 3 on Pete Peters.
The shots on goal at one point in this hockey game, 10-1 favor Canada. Right now, the shots on goal are 17-11 favor Sweden. What's that tell you, Darryl? Sometimes a deceptive statistic, but it's like they tilted the ice the other way all of a sudden. Sweden seems to be coming in on Peters quite a bit. And it's just as lopsided the other way as it was actually 16-1 favor Sweden since Canada's 4th goal. One shot went in. Penalty is over. Here's Anderson moving in now. Anderson being checked against the boards. Rolls it in front. It's chopped out in front. Sundstrom couldn't get it. And Robinson. Robinson starting out. Robinson ahead. Now in full flight is Messier. Messier to the line. Messier, good move now as he goes to the net. Shoots it wide of the net. Robinson at the far point. Shoots it in deep now. Messier. Messier tried to ease it to Anderson. Anderson will have to chase it against the boards behind the net for Gretzky. But he was beaten to the puck there by Anderson. Peter Anderson clearing it along the board. Sundstrom getting it to Sandstrom. Out for Neslin. Neslin down over the line now. Neslin trying to sweep around. Coffey gets in front of the net. He's spun around. And Peters in close quarters hangs on and will get a face-off in the Team Canada end. Canada 6, Sweden 2. This is Labatt's Canada Cup on CTV.
Team Canada is allowing Team Sweden to skate, and that's why they're getting the number of shots they are. At the start of the hockey game, Team Canada was in forechecking them, making them make mistakes in their own end. Now they're sitting back a little bit and letting the Swedes come through them. They're getting some good scoring opportunities.
Well, for the first time this hockey game, we've got the wave going here. Here's a shot. Oh, and a blistering drive. Lindholm let it go. The side of the net now, and in to do some checking right at the side of the net was Tonelli. Cleared everybody out of there. We'll have a face-off this time in the circle to Pete Peters right. There you see Anders Håkansson of the Los Angeles Kings and John Tonelli. Just a bigger-than-life figure in this Canada Cup. Funny how it goes. Players like that seem to rise to the occasion. You see Conn Smythe trophies go to players of the nature of a Tonelli.
Well, you can talk all you want about the players with the speed and the finesse, but you need players like Tonelli on your hockey club to make things happen out there. Bob Gainey's a similar type player. Works hard all the time, although Gainey maybe has a little more speed, but they create things when they're on the ice.
Oh, we got a little pushing and shoving in front of the net. The shot came in, and Peters had to handle that. Nothing will come of this. A little bit of a bench clear in the first game back during the regular round of the Canada Cup. You look there at a close-up of Tomas Gradin. And I think we're going to get minor penalties handed out here. And the save is made by Peters. Peters has not played all of the games, Darryl, but I'll tell you, the games he's been in outside of the Sweden game, he was a little sloppy in that game, he'll admit it. But outside of that, he has been almost letter perfect.
He's been playing very well, and again, he's controlling his rebounds, he's standing up well. You have to make a good shot to beat him. He's not letting any poor ones in.
There's a couple of rough guys in the penalty box, huh? Thomas Gradin and Ray Bork. So the face-off will be deep in Team Canada territory. There'll be a bit of a skating room out there now. Each team playing a man short. Wilson with the puck. Ahead for Gretzky. Out to Middleton now at center ice. Middleton going in on the defense. Goes around Eriksson. Tries to fight off the check. Rolls to the side of the net. It goes out into the crease and is hooked free. Cleared up along the boards by Elderbrink. That's Nielsen with the puck now. Nielsen working to the net. Robinson's back in front. They score! On a 2-on-1, and nobody picked up Håkan Loob. And he made the move, went to his backhand and scored, and suddenly it is 6-3.
A fine play here by Kent Nielsen. Call him the magician. Perfect pass there to Håkan Loob, had the empty net. Team Canada getting a little sloppy, allowing the 2-on-1 situations. The Swedes love that. They love that skating room. They got lots of talent. They can make the nice little plays if you give them the room to do it.
Well, now it's a 3-goal hockey game. Canada is having its problems getting its game back together here. Just an immense performance in the first 10 minutes of this game. Now here's speaking of magic men, Gretzky with a shot. He sent it up high on Lindmark, juggled it, and now holds on and will get the face-off. That was an even strength goal. 6-3 the score. This is Labatt's Canada Cup on CTV. Well, I look down the Team Canada bench, and I wonder if they're getting a little worried down there. It's still a 3-goal lead for Canada. That means that Sweden needs 4 goals to go in front. But we have not played half of regulation time yet.
Well, it was 5-0 at one time, and I'm sure they're thinking about having to get their act together here a bit.
You know, you hate to see a team lose momentum. You'd rather see a team during a hockey game, Darryl, gain momentum throughout, building to a finish. Get off to... That's why you see these great comebacks in sports. Teams tend to let down after getting big leads. Out in front of the net now. Stastny in there. Fresh legs on the ice right now. Stastny's out there with Goulet. There's Coffey. Runs the man against the boards. In there is Huddy in the corner now. Goulet's there as well. Puck comes loose. Behind the net, Huddy feeds it back along the boards for Goulet. Goulet back to Coffey. Coffey with Sundstrom right in on top of him, and he gets it behind the net. Out comes Team Canada, and they nearly get out. Stastny had trouble. Now it's fed through center ice. Telvain is back inside his own zone, and Lindmark fed it behind the net. It's checked away now. Canada making changes. Out comes Sweden with Anderson carrying the puck. Anderson to the line now. Anderson getting set. Quick shot off the stick handle. It's gloved by Peters, and he'll hold for another face-off in his own zone. That was the 20th Swedish shot. Canada has just 16 seconds remaining in the minor penalties handed out to Bork and Grodin. The last goal for Sweden, Lube from Nielsen and Eldebrink. And for Håkan Lube, who has been scoring of late, that was his 6th goal of the tournament. He and Kent Nielsen are an entry, to be sure. 9:58 gone in the second period. Now what's going on there with Messier and staying nose to nose for a moment? On the face-off, Robinson, the side of the net, behind the net now for Wilson. Wilson just stopping there. Anderson coming around the net, starting out. Anderson, a rink-wide pass at center ice now, and carrying the puck is Messier. Messier down over the line. Messier checked up against the boards. It is Eldebrink. He takes a check from Anderson. Anderson along the boards. There's going to be a penalty. Canada is going to get a penalty here. Stayen out at center ice. Stayen carrying that puck, drops it back. Nielsen's got it now, eases it in, and they'll get the face-off in the Team Canada zone now, and Canada is going to go shorthanded at a critical time in this hockey game. This is Labatt's Canada Cup on CTV. Watch the right-hand side of your picture there. Oh, there's an elbow in there.
Anderson going right at him. Not a good time to take a penalty here. Sweden's been coming on, and here's another opportunity for them to come within 2 goals of Team Canada.
A terrible penalty to take. Canada kind of falling back a bit, and then to have a penalty like this. Anderson got a penalty in the first Sweden game and paved the way for a Sweden victory. That was early in the game. Sweden got in front 1-0, never looked back. Now back near the line, Nielsen. Nielsen trying to set it up now. Flips it in front, and Robinson got his stick in front of that. Robinson again, trying to dig it out. Chases up against the boards now, trying to kick it free. Robinson, it goes to Coffey. Coffey circling back near the boards now, feeds it up to center ice with Gretzky breaking. Comes all the way down to Lindmark, and he quickly feeds it back up ice, and Sweden with Stayen. Stayen dropping it off for Nielsen. Nielsen's the man to carry the puck. Eases it through, and it's intercepted by Messier and fed back out to center ice, and Anderson's back there to knock it free. Now Lube. Lube can't reach that pass. Robinson and Lube going up against the boards. Messier turning, and he fires it off the boards and down the ice. Lindmark is out of the net. Lindmark leaving it for Nielsen. Nielsen ducking away from Bourne. Nielsen at center ice. Now fading back again. Bourne giving Nielsen some problems. Now it's fed back as they give it to Anderson. Anderson crosses the red line, shoots it in. Around the boards for Lowe. He tried to relay it and does. Picked it out of midair and sent it down into the Swedish zone again. Bourne into forecheck. Cleared to Anderson. Anderson back behind the net. And it's Nielsen. Nielsen digging it out now. Bossy moving in on him. Nielsen now straight ahead. At center ice, here's the lead pass for Håkan Lube. Lube down over the line. Lube stops up in the corner. Lube back to the point. Here's the shot wide of the net by Eriksson. Nielsen at the other point, but he's beaten to the puck and is deflected down the ice by Bossy. Now Eriksson. Eriksson up at center ice. Eslund dropping it back. Turning is Eriksson. Bo Eriksson. Here they come again. Eslund to the line. He gets in over the line. Stops up. Drops it back. Here's Thelin. Back in for Naslund. Clears it. Over for Eklund. Eklund in front of the net. It's loose there. They chop away at it. I don't think the puck got to Peters. But the penalty has expired now. The puck is cleared to center ice. And here's the 2-on-1. Anderson makes the shot. Now goes in. Rebound. And it's cleared away. Back comes Sweden. That was Tonelli that was on the break with Anderson. Eslund's got the puck for Sweden. Sweden again fading back. A rink-wide pass now. Thelin ahead. Eklund up for Sundstrom. Sundstrom over the line. Drops it off. Eklund trying to get through, and he does get past Goulet. But Goulet then picks up the loose puck. Goulet. Gretzky to the line. He's over the line now. Gretzky set. The shot on the screen. Oh, they score. Midland. Did it go in? From here it looked like it went in. Yes, they're arguing it.
Here's Gretzky's shot. The rebound comes right out to Middleton, who tries to pick it out of the air.
Oh, it hit the post.
Hit the post, and he holds it out with his glove. Oh, Sweden getting a few breaks here.
Canada didn't get a break there. That's probably the bigger. The red light briefly went on, but it was switched off quickly. It looked like it crossed the line, and then was brought out from this view. But then on the replay, you can see it hit the post. So here's Eriksson. Released Anderson behind his net now. Starting out ahead. Sandstrom. Canada is leading by 3 here. Over the line, drop pass, Sundstrom going for the net. Sundstrom on the backhand. He's got his brother out in front of the net if he can get it to him, but he was unable to. Now it's cleared through the goal mouth. Sundstrom was there, but he couldn't get it out in front for Peter Sundstrom. Now Middleton's over the line. Offside pass. And we'll have a face-off back down in the Team Canada zone. And the whistle had gone on that. Eddie Westfall's down below. Eddie?
Ron, I'm with James Patrick, Winnipeg's own James Patrick, the New York Rangers. James, as a part of this Canada Cup team, what are you going to remember most?
I think the biggest thrill that I've had being here is, first of all, able to meet all the skilled hockey players. And the thing I'll remember is meeting Larry Robinson and being able to play with him, because after Bobby Orr, Larry was one of my idols growing up, and it was a real thrill to play with him here.
Are you looking forward to getting to the New York Rangers training camp?
Yeah, I'm really looking forward to this year's season. We're optimistic about having a good year, so.
I'd like to also compliment you as one of the finest players in the playoffs last year. Against the Islanders, you were spectacular.
Well, thanks very much, Ed. It was a great series and fun to be part of.
Thank you.
Well, I'll tell you one thing, Darrell. They hold the Canada Cup in about 3 or 4 years, and I'll guarantee you that youngster is going to be part of Team Canada. He is a great talent. I've been watching him on CTV. Centennial Cup playoffs, the National Midget Championship. He was on a championship team from Notre Dame.
I had the pleasure of playing with him in Germany with Team Canada. Very impressed with him, the skills he has, and he's big and strong. We'll see lots of him in our division this winter, I'm sure.
More than enough, I would say.
That's right.
Well, there's Ray Bourque. Boston Bruins annually in the running for the Norris Trophy. And with Canada leading 6-3, Peter Pocklington, the owner of the Edmonton Oilers, watching a lot of his players in Team Canada in his home building here at the Northlands Coliseum. Shots on goal right now, 20-16 favor Sweden. Canada has the 3-goal lead, but they've been outscored 3-1 since they ran up a 5-0 lead at one point. Sweden's outplayed them. Eldebrink. Canada has to do now is to try and get control of this game again as they can. Eldebrink dropping it off. Nielsen, a riser, and he just missed the far post with that. And it comes past Thomas Eriksson all the way down into the Swedish zone. Lindmark way out of his net, and Messier moved in after that puck, but it was cleared away at the last instant. Eriksson out to center ice. Here's Nielsen hustling in over the line. Now Nielsen stops up, rolls it in front, and Lube was there, but Peters played it into the corner. Now along the boards, And to the line, cleared back in offside. We'll have another face-off with 5:19 left in the second period. This is Labatt's Canada Cup on CTV. Face-off inside the blue line. Eklund is there to take the draw against Sutter. Back at center ice, Erickson. Robinson hooks it free. Sutter back to Wilson. Wilson out of his own zone to center ice now. Wilson has to get along the boards himself. Gets it in over the line. Now Sutter, there's a chance. It's back out in front of the net. It was intercepted by Erickson, who was parked right in the slot. Here's Wilson, the shot, and it's stopped right in front of the net by Bo Erickson. Out to center ice, and that lead pass goes by everybody, and Robinson will touch it back there, and icing is called. And again into the Swedish zone for the face-off. 4:51 remaining in the second period.
Team Canada has gone back to using 3 lines. They used the Stastny line a little bit in the first period, but since the momentum's changed a little bit, they're back to using 3 lines to see if they can get the guys rolling again and get the tempo up.
Larry Robinson. Great games in this series. The Canadians training camp is open. It's our most room in the National Hockey League. Exhibition schedule starts in the National Hockey League shortly. Are here in Edmonton come the weekend. But right now, Canada Cup holds sway in this city.
Well, if Canada wins this, I guess Larry'd be the only Canadian player to win 2 Canada Cups.
That's right. That's right.
He's got a few Stanley Cups, too.
Offside at the blue line, so there's one of the Sunstroms. That's Peter, the New York Rangers one. They're twins. Peter, 77 games last year, 22 goals and 44 points. He was never a great scorer in the Swedish league. But Näslund now getting it over. Sundstrom back behind the net now. They've got the 2 Sundstroms and Näslund playing together as they juggle their lines. Rolls in front, and there is Näslund scooting around, trying to dig it loose. Näslund shot it right into the pad of Peters, who went into that butterfly style of his. Now Anderson along the boards. Näslund flipping it behind the net. Squeezing in there now, Sundstrom along with Huddy, and is pinned in there and held for a face-off again. Canada taking a little tough inside the zone and trying to push the Swedes outside and away from the side of the net or the front of the net if they can.
That's what they try to do to clear that front area, but you have to give the Swedes their marks for coming back the way they have, you know. I think a lot of people counted them out going into tonight's game, and when they were down 5-0, they're still fighting to come back.
Well, there it is. You ever pick that up, Darrell?
No, I haven't.
76, did you try?
Well, but I heard in the 1981 Cup, the Russians tried to pick it up and take it out of the Montreal Forum, and they caught them.
Here's Eldebrink, the shot that's wide of the net. Nielsen against the boards, beating it in front again. A quick shot! Oh, what a save! What a alert play by Peters, and that hook and lube again is dangerous all night long. And Peters had to cut across the crease quickly to make that save.
Well, Kent Nielsen making another pass, and Noob shoots it right on his forehand. Peters is right there to come across to stand up and save it.
I'll redo that face-off.
Sweden can get a goal here with 4 minutes left in the period. They're going to go in with a big boost.
Well, they got that late goal in the first period, and let's kick back to Peters, who places up along the wing. Center ice now. Messier swinging back with it ahead. And Nielsen unable to get across the line. Back out of center ice now. Messier going ahead with that puck, but he lost possession. Back comes Stahan now along with Nielsen. Stahan over the line. Stahan still with that puck as he fades to the boards on the far side. Flips it over to an open wing. The Swedes were making changes. And back with the puck is Thomas Eriksson. He shoots it rink wide. Gardner after it. Flips it into the Swedish zone now. Messier's after it in there. Bourne floating around in front of the net. Messier around the net now. Clears it in front. And it was right into the skates of Gardner. He couldn't handle it. That's center ice. It is Anderson. Anderson. Nielsen. Back to Anderson. Anderson to Nielsen behind the net. He tracks it down. He's got Sundstrom in front, but he doesn't give him the puck. Now gets it to Sundstrom, the other one. And it's rolled in front of the net. Robinson comes back. Still loose in front of the net. Robinson came through harm's way. And brings it to center ice now. Robinson to the line. Gives it to Gardner. Gardner's shot right on. The rebound comes back out. Canada in possession as Bourne turns with it. Bourne flipping it into the corner. Behind the net. Gardner couldn't reach it. Nielsen starting out of his own zone. Nielsen ducks away from the checking of Sutter. Nielsen shooting it back in. Behind the net, Coffey. Around the boards now. Coffey again. Bossy against the boards. He goes down. It's Sutter. Gets it out to center ice where Eriksson takes it. Leaves it for Telvain. Ahead for Sundstrom to Neslin. Back to Sundstrom. Sundstrom's shot is wide of the net. And it bounces all the way out off the backboards to center ice, and Telvain collects it in his own zone. Eriksson. Back Neslin. Neslin inside his own zone now. The lead pass through center ice for Sundstrom. It's knocked down inside the Team Canada zone by Coffey. Bouncing puck lands on the stick there of Neslin. Back out to the point. It's deflected out to center ice. Race for the puck out there. Eriksson beating it past Gretzky. Sweden again turning with it. Over the line comes Neslin. Neslin with a shot off the blocker of Peters. In against the boards now. Sweden carrying the play to Canada. Leads it in front, but Lube was unable to get through. Now off the glass and up into the crowd, and it's called for a face-off with 1:47 remaining in the second period. Face-off will be deep in the Team Canada zone. 6-3, Canada leading, but remember they had a 5-0 lead in this game. Gretzky, the top scorer in the Canada Cup tournament. Five goals and 7 assists for 12 points for Gretzky now. Back in 1972 when all of this started, Wayne was just 11 years old, so he has grown through the era of international hockey. Gretzky breaking, they couldn't get the puck to him. As they fed it through center ice, the Swedes now with Nielsen back inside his own zone. Nielsen with 1:30 remaining in the period and some skating room. At center ice, he's over the line, tried to chop it back to the point. Canada intercepts Goulet. Goulet with a good pass, but Gretzky overskated it. Gretzky against the boards. Middleton playing that puck with his skate so nicely. Middleton trying to feed it into the slot. Goulet didn't see it, but Gretzky's got it now. Gretzky over. Here's Lowe's shot. He's wide with it. Comes back near the point. Bourque shoots it into the corner. Gretzky's there. Out in front, Middleton. Middleton trying to get set in front of the net. Now forced back. Fed it back into the slot. Bourque getting the puck. Less than a minute remaining in the period now as Bourque goes into the corner with it. Bourque, cross ice. Middleton, the shot. It's snacked out of midair and up into the crowd. Eldebring was the one who cleared that out of the way. And that line dangerous on that particular shift.
That looked like more like the Team Canada in the first period, where they had control of the puck in the Swedish end, moving the puck around, getting some good scoring opportunities. But they, till this point of the period, they really haven't had many chances at all.
Oh, what a great year Michel Goulet had. 56 goals. Here's Middleton with those great moves of his.
Behind the back pass.
Boy, those are always dangerous. He came back to the point on that play and paved the way for some more action around the net. Now Gardner. Gardner back to the point for Coffey. Coffey in the crowd in front of the net. Reaching for it, trying to clear it away. It's still loose inside the zone. That was Anderson giving it a great effort in there. Out now at center ice, staying. Telvain reaching for it. Is cleared into the Team Canada zone with 35 seconds remaining in the period. Anderson out to center ice. Gardner now with a little room down the wing. Takes the long shot. Lindmark after it. Anderson chopped away from him. Sundstrom out to center ice for Stan. Stan down to the line now. Stan getting through the backhand. He scores! 6-4 with 18 seconds remaining in the second period. Oh, watch out.
Well, the Swedes are going to make this a hockey game. Again, Canada getting caught up the ice. A 3-on-2 by the Swedes late in the hockey game. Late in the second period, it shouldn't happen.
For the second straight period, a late goal, and I'll tell you, Sweden's going to go into the dressing room and come out of the dressing room in a tremendous frame of mind. There's the backhand.
Good move by Stan. With the defense. The Team Canada, at this point of the hockey game, when they have the lead they have, they shouldn't be allowing these 3-on-2s, 2-on-1 situations.
Seventh goal of the tournament for Thomas Stan. Patrick Sundstrom draws one of the assists, along with Telvain. So the face-off at center ice now, 6-4. Don't go home, folks. This is... Don't even leave the room. We got a hockey game here. Eldebring at center ice now. Swinging back is Lube. Lube out to center ice for Neslin. Neslin off the boards, past Nielsen. And in over the line with 3 seconds left, so that'll be it as it's cleared through center ice. And the period is over. And Team Canada was outshot in that period 14-9. They were outscored in the period by a 3-1 margin, and they've been outscored 4-1 since Nielsen scored late in the first period. So we're going to go into they're going to go into the dressing room and see if they can find some emotion back in their game, because what's happened is it's faded with the 5-0 lead, and now they've got to do something that really is hard to do, and that's get it back in the same hockey game.
Well, Team Canada, I'm sure they're going to have to take a look at themselves in the mirror here. I mean, to have a 5-0 lead and to let a team come back like they have, they got to change their style and maybe try to take it to the Swedes a little bit. But the Swedes have come back into the game. They've made it a good hockey game, and anything can happen.
All right, 6-4 then. After 2 periods, Canada leading. This is Labatt Canada Cup on CTV. Well, when you're behind 5-1 in a hockey game, what most coaches say is, all right, let's go out and see if we can win the period. Well, Sweden clearly won the second period of this hockey game, and they are back in the game. They outshot Canada 14-9 in the period, and after Coffey scored at 4:39, they were right back 15 seconds later. Stan, his 6th goal of the tournament. Then Håkan Loob with his 6th goal at 8:30, and then that goal, 28 seconds left in the period. Stan, his 7th of the tournament. And it is now 6-4. Canada is still leading this one, but they're on the ropes despite it. And Darryl Sittler, I would have to work back into the trenches, as it were. Something that the work ethic seemed to be forgotten there in the second period.
Well, if I was a player on Team Canada, I'd be saying to myself, we got 20 minutes left. Let's play the best hockey of the tournament right here in this 20 minutes and go out feeling good about yourself.
Well, they've come from all over to watch this game. We're being stopped in the streets. Fans from Toronto, Montreal, out here to watch the final games of the Canada Cup. This coverage, of course, going all over the world. United Kingdom, Sweden, Finland, the Netherlands, South Africa, Australia, Soviet Union, Czechoslovakia, the United States, all via Video Spec International and the World feed, and, of course, the CTV telecast. And from the face-off, Telvane back near his line. Here's it ahead now. Sutter over the line, but working in after it. In front now, here's the chance for Sweden. Save is made by Peters. He's upended as the Swedish player in front of that net slid in underneath him, took the wheels right out from under him. Look at this.
Here we go again, a 2-on-1. He gets in behind the defenseman. Canada's going to be off shorthanded.
Well, I'll tell you, a turn of events very quickly in the period, and Pete Peters appears to be shaken up. He was upended and fell over the top of the Swedish player who was breaking in. So, a penalty being issued. 10 seconds gone in the period. This is Labatt's Canada Cup on CTV. Well, Mike Bossy's off at the 10-second mark, so Sweden came out of the box, ready to play here in the third period. And already Canada's taken a penalty here. Thomas staying out there to take the draw. Canada wins the draw. Robinson and is chopped out over the line by Gretzky. Eriksson back. Sees it over the far side. There it is, Bo Eriksson. Thomas Eriksson, his defensive mate. Thomas gets the puck, makes a good move, feeds it rink wide. Stan couldn't reach that. Coffey behind his own net. It's played by Peters. Coffey to Messier. Messier to the line, but Eriksson knocked that out of midair. Eriksson feeding it back now. Nielsen. Nielsen turning back to Eriksson again. Over to the other Eriksson. Here's the shot, and it's steered behind the net. Loob in the corner. Robinson now staying out in front, and Eriksson hoisted it over top of the net. Loob. Loob back now to Eriksson. Eriksson in front. Robinson staying. Eriksson. Loob on the far boards. Out to the point to Eldebrink. Back to Loob. Loob in for Stan. Stan trying to flip it past Coffey. Back to the blue line. Eldebrink shot is deflected wide. And Peters wrists it into the corner. Loob. Loob along the boards now. Back out to center ice. Racing toward his Gretzky along with Eldebrink. Eldebrink checked by Gretzky. Feeds it off the boards. Now it is Loob at center ice. Loob over the line now. Sweden on the attack on the power play is Loob. Near the line. In deep. Back out to Loob again. From Sundstrom. Loob. Sundstrom bats it out of midair. They scored! Nielsen. And it's a 6-5 hockey game.
Kent Nielsen's having a fine hockey game. He's getting a lot of ice time here tonight. And he was Johnny on the spot there. The puck comes out to him. Got an empty net to put in there. He picks it right out of the air, and Nielsen's got the empty net. Who would ever thought the Swedes would come back like this?
Well, a great play made by Patrick Sundstrom as he bunted it out of midair, and then there was Nielsen. Well, they defeated the box with a quick two-way play.
Pete Peters seems to be injured.
I think Peters hurt himself in that other play, and he is doubled up in the goal mouth area. And now the trainer is going to come out. That's Sutter, who's bending over next to him. I think he's either been winded or he's suffered a groin injury. Well, there you see it. Believe it or not, it's a one-goal hockey game. This is Labatt Canada Cup on CTV. We see the action now. He reached back across here as we're looking at Pete Peters. And I don't think that he was hurt on that play. It just doesn't appear that anybody was near him there unless the lunging motion caused it. But he's going to be helped off the ice. I think he's pulled a groin. He just doubled up, and it was that play earlier. We'll have to wait an official report. Certainly we're not doctors up here, but he just has that look of that sort of thing, Darryl. So Réjean Lemelin is going in.
Not an easy position to be thrown into either, you know.
I'll tell you, with the other team coming at you as well. But Peters is in a lot of pain. Kent Nielsen has got 2 goals and 2 assists in this game tonight. They've just changed the goal all the way back at 4:54 of the second period. They've given Nielsen an assist along with Eldebrink on the stay-in goal. I'll tell you, Canada has got to be very worried right here, despite the fact that they're leading by a goal. They've given up 1:40 into the period. And now we've got Réjean Lemelin, who's in his 3rd game in this tournament. He has a 3.00 goals against average. From the Calgary Flames, Lemelin is out of the net now, flips it into the corner. Canada's going to have to tighten up. Here's Tonelli. Deflected down into the Swedish zone. Lindmark's out of the net, along the boards now. Up free, in deep. It is Sundstrom. Sundstrom around behind the net on the far side now, where Telvain gets it out. Can't get it out over the line. It's kept in, and it's flipped out to center ice. Kevin Lowe inside his own blue line. Rink-wide pass. Bork ahead, down over the Swedish line. Neslin's back there, feeds it back out to center ice, and Bork's got it. Wilson's on the ice now, and he gets the pass. Wilson clearing it in. Down the boards it goes. Gretzky trying to collect it up against the boards on the far side. Coming back is Peter Sundstrom. On this side for Thelin. Thelin ducks away from the checking of Middleton. Here comes Thelin out now, feeds it back. Middleton still inside the line. Goulet can't get past the checking of Brodin. Now it's cleared in over the line. Hustling after that puck is Håkansson. Håkansson around behind the net now. He's got Neslin in front. Håkansson now feeds it back to the point. And Thelin couldn't get that. Hopped over his stick. Now Neslin in the center ice zone, waiting for his mates to get onside. Now clears it into the Team Canada zone and heads for the bench. Round the boards it goes. Goulet. Goulet back near the line. Kept in. Wilson to Goulet to Gretzky. Gretzky on a break. Over the line. Gretzky shooting it. And the save was made by Lindmark. He did not get a full step on his check and never really got good control of the puck inside the line as he was being hooked. Now it's flipped out in the slot area. And out to center ice it comes once again. Sundstrom getting it to Grodin. Back to Lowe inside the Team Canada zone. Lowe. Coffey. Off the boards at center ice once again. It goes back to Bo Eriksson. Anderson hustling after that puck, and he's knocked down as he was double teamed. Now to Stayan. Stayan ahead to the line. And Lowe's got it. Back inside his own zone now. Lowe feeding it out to center ice. Knocked down by Lube. He shoots it back in again. Here's Raymond Bork. Bork to center ice. Bork shooting it in. Behind the net, Lindmark flipping it into the corner for Thomas Eriksson. Back to Lowe at the point. He couldn't contain it. Now he has to go back for it inside his own zone. Lowe ahead at center ice now. Messier. Messier with Anderson and Gartner. And Gartner was in too quickly on the far side. 4:15 gone here in the 3rd period. We've got a 1-goal hockey game. Canada 6 and Sweden 5. He doesn't look any more worried than he did at the 1-minute mark of the hockey game.
Well, I would imagine inside he's a little concerned right now. He's got to get his team going. Swedes, they've been pumped up the last period and a half, and he's got to get Team Canada going, get some offense going, get some scoring chances.
Some discussion that, as we mentioned, this will be the last series that either coaches. And Peters is down on the passageway on the floor. Down, we can see it down in that area. Now here's Robinson to the blue line. There's the side of the net. A shot off a leg now. Bossy. And it's fed out to center ice and down into the Team Canada zone. Lamellas knocked out of midair. Down in the passageway directly below us, we see Peters sprawled in the passageway in a great deal of pain. And people in attendance, I know you can't see it from our camera angles, I don't think. But it's a look down as we look there at Peter Anderson. But Peters is in terrible pain down there, and I think they're bringing the stretcher out for him. Our view is very clear because we're looking down from the press box area. So we'll try and get a report on Pete Peters, who is now getting to his knees just to get on the stretcher. Puck is cleared along the boards. Neslin. Bossy firing it back now into the corner. Tonelli's in there as well. Now Coffey flipping it in. And out of center ice comes Telvane ahead. Knocked down. Coffey's got it again. Coffey turning and coming through center ice. Coffey down over the line. Now Coffey trying to fight his way through. And he was hooked just at the last instant. That check there made by Peter Anderson. Along the boards. Out comes Sweden with Mats Naslund. Naslund at center ice and over the line. Tonelli giving chase. Naslund's alone in front. Clears it into the slot. Ericsson's got it. His shot right on. Lemela made the save and Robinson. Robinson out at center ice. Eldebrink collects it. Gives it to Naslund. Naslund back in over the line now. Fakes the shot. Goes around Robinson. Tried to shoot it and Robinson took it away from him. Two teammates in Montreal. Stay in. Shooting it in front. Robinson blocks that. Out at center ice it comes again. Eldebrink to Naslund. Naslund shooting it in. Lemelin. Leaving it behind his net. Robinson. Back for Robinson again. Now out to center ice for Gretzky. Gretzky for Middleton. Middleton trying to duck past the check. He is knocked to the ice. The loose puck. And it's Goulet shooting it in. Kent Nielsen back there along with Gretzky. It's knocked up against the boards. Lube turns. He gets it out to Goulet. Lube again. Loses to Middleton. Middleton. Great move. Shoots it. Lindmark makes the save. Stood right up on that play. Low in front. Gretzky rolls it to the side of the net. Out in front. Here's Middleton reaching for it. Taps it back to the point for Lowe. Now Sweden with Lube ahead for Nielsen. Nielsen's checked as he came over the line. Bork fading back. Bork feeding it ahead now. Gartner back deep in his own zone. He'll start out. Gartner is a great skater at center ice. Gartner at full flight. Flips it in. Wide of the net. Anderson didn't see that flip pass. Now it's Wilson, and he batted it up over the glass and is called for a face-off just inside the Sweden blue line. Canada 6, Sweden 5, 13:11 left in regulation time. This is Labatt's Canada Cup on CTV. Well, the report on Pete Peters is a badly twisted, perhaps sprained left ankle when he flopped over on the Nielsen goal. It was the goal. When he changed directions quickly, he twisted his ankle. So he's in a great deal of pain. They carried him away from the bench area on a stretcher. I imagine he'll have it examined. Messier trying to get through the defense. And boy, Sweden is just playing a letter-perfect defensive game right now. Here's Gartner flipping it in. They are so tight in the slot area now that nothing is getting through for Canada. They're not penetrating a bit. Now and against the boards once again. That's Gartner. He loses the puck. It comes to the far side. Thomas Sandstrom out at center ice past Brodin. And Coffey's got it. Coffey over the line now for Messier. And he is knocked to the ice as he crossed the line by Tallene. Once again, Anderson. Anderson shooting it back in again. Tallene lost his helmet. He's got the puck right now. Back deep in the zone. Out at center ice. It was deflected. That's too low. Low as teams are changing on the fly here. Bork over the line. Sutter going for the area in front of the net. Bork shoots it. Shot it up on Telvane, or at least on Eriksson, Bo Eriksson, and he holds on the face-off in the Swedish zone. Well, there's Bo Eriksson, who played with the Olympic team in Sarajevo that shut out Canada in the final game of the Olympic tournament earlier this year and allowed Sweden to take the bronze medal away from Canada.
Sweden's playing more like they did in the game that they beat Canada 4-2. They're blocking shots, they're taking the man, they're clearing the front of the net. They're right into this hockey game.
On the face-off now. against the boards. That's Neslin moving in. And it pops free. And as it was underneath Bork, it is held for a face-off. There's Leif Bork, who I'm sure feels a lot better, and he did about 8 minutes into this game when he was down 4-0. Well, really something to see this team come back. You know, we were mentioning at the outset of the game that Canada wanted to get in, wanted to get those early goals and make Sweden kind of submit. They have not submitted.
Well, that's for sure. And Canada, definitely, they want to win this hockey game. They don't want to go into a third final game, sudden death game on Thursday night. They want to get it over with tonight.
Brian Lewis over the timekeeper's bench, and I don't know why. There seems to be apparently a problem with the time clock. Lost a few seconds, so now there's some discussion. And said something to Mats Neslin, and now whatever has happened, set to play once again. Bork. Now behind the net, Tonelli. Tonelli digging it out there. He's being checked very closely by Telvain. Now behind the net again. Knocked away. Sutter's in there. Also, Sutter against the boards. He's roughed up in there by Peter Sundstrom. Tonelli moves in as well. And also in there is Telvain. And finally we get the face-off in the Swedish zone. 6-5. Canada leading. Canada makes a change now. They're making them off with Gretzky, Goulet, Middleton. Maybe Canada's best line in the second period was this one. They had the best scoring chances. Goulet trying to control it. Hooks it into the corner now. Here's Gretzky. Gretzky kicking it loose. Jammed in there by Eldebrink. On the boards, Nielsen. Power against power right now as Nielsen's out there with his line. Back to the point, it comes from Coffey. Coffey moving in, shoots right on. Good screen shot, and the save made at the last instant by Peter Lindmark. Now in front of the net, there's the shot. Great chance there by Goulet. Nielsen. Nielsen back to Eldebrink. Eldebrink clearing it to center ice, and Middleton. Middleton tried to ease it ahead. Now Goulet is knocked down by Eriksson, and is cleared back into the Team Canada zone. Robinson's back there. Robinson. Now Coffey. Coffey along the boards for Goulet. Now Stan in front, and it was just on the leg as Robinson made the play, and out comes Gretzky. Gretzky with Coffey catching up. Gretzky, Coffey. Coffey mishandled it. Gets it again against the boards. Coffey back out to Middleton. Middleton tried to get it in front of the net, and it was intercepted, deflected a bit. That is back at the Canadian blue line, where Robinson gets the return pass from Coffey. Robinson at center ice, and is deflected by Anderson. There'll be icing here. Eldebrink goes back and touches it behind the net, and it's called. This is Labatt's Canada Cup on CTV. Well, now the discussion is, Sundstrom is there. A wave going again here in the Northlands Coliseum as you see Sundstrom and Mats Neslin. Off deep in the Team Canada zone. Sutter can't control it, but finally it comes to Bork. Bork swings away in the corner. Bork off the boards and out to center ice. Sutter reaching for it, kicks it ahead, but he's tied up. Not allowed to move at all. Now Bork. Bork at center ice. Gulps it in there. Winds up in the corner. Anderson moving in after that puck. Behind the net is Telvain. Now Neslin taking it out against the boards. Neslin. There's it back. Now Sundstrom. Ahead at center ice. Moving down to the line is Peter Sundstrom. He's chased off the puck by Kevin Lowe. And it is Bork. Bork at the side of his net. Ahead, chopped out to center ice. Here's Gartner racing after that puck along with Anderson. Gartner over the line now. Gartner gets set, shoots it right on the rebound. And out comes Telvain, and a big collision at the side of the net. Lindmark knocked down. Two players are down. I think that's Gartner as well who's down, or is it Anderson? Anderson slowly getting to his feet as Lindmark came out to play the puck and was involved in a big collision.
Well, Anderson broke towards the net for the rebound, and I think the defenseman dragged him or hooked him into the goaltender. Now there's a penalty being called on the play here. I think Anderson is getting the penalty for charging or interference.
Oh. Look at this. He was hauled down there. The charging penalty going to Anderson, and let's take a look at it again.
Anderson pulled right into the
Not
goal.
much he could do there. Oh, goodness. Now, he got a penalty for that, did he? Well, Larry Robinson's down there arguing the point. It's been a rough night for the goaltenders. I can't believe that Brian Lewis actually saw that play. He may have reacted to the situation.
Might have saw Anderson busting for the net. Maybe didn't catch the end of it when he ran into the goaltender, just pushed into the goaltender.
Well, 9:55 remaining in regulation time. Eddie Westfall's down in that area. Eddie, you were right there. How did you see it?
Well, he could have avoided it, I'm pretty sure. Watching Anderson come through, he was knocked off balance slightly, but he didn't make any attempt to try and keep away from the goaltender and ran over him pretty good. Seems to be all right, but of course the penalty, not a good one for Canada to take at this time.
Well, there's a different view, and Eddie is right behind the Team Sweden net there, so he had the best view, a better view than we did, and a better view than the replay. So, good job there, Eddie. Low down in the corner now. Cleared around the boards, out near the point. Eriksson couldn't contain it there, and it's cleared back into the Sweden zone. Well, this is an important moment in this hockey game. 1:30 left in the power play now. Sweden trailing by just a goal. Thomas Eriksson at center ice. Down over the line, Stan clearing it in front. It's knocked out of midair by Tonelli. Chases at the far boards now. Al Bork. Nielsen in the corner, but he clears it away. Nielsen's got it again. Stan's out in front. Stan feeds it back into the corner for Lube. Lube out at the point to Eldebrink. Eldebrink. Now he'll shoot it. Right on. Hit the post. Dead on. You can hear it all over this building. Bossy at center ice. Clears it ahead. Over the line. Eldebrink is back for it. You could hear the clang in downtown Edmonton. Dead on. Eriksson inside his zone now, behind the net for Eldebrink. Out at center ice. Sundstrom to the line. Eriksson couldn't cross the line. Neslin will try now, and Neslin's shot's right on. Now behind the net, Coffey along the boards. It's hooked into the corner. Sweden again, controlling inside the zone. Lube clears to the side of the net. Sundstrom back out to the point. Eriksson. Sundstrom, he's checked by Robinson. Back out to the point it comes again. Eriksson out to the far side. That is Anderson. Marked against the boards now. Anderson gets the pass. His shot went off the stick of Gretzky and in the corner for Coffey. Coffey is ridden to the ice by Sundstrom. Now in the corner. Turning with it is Anderson. Back out to the point. It's tapped ahead by Neslin. Now clear to center ice. The penalty is over and Gretzky gets it at center ice. Anderson moves up. Neslin's got it. Neslin turning at center ice. Clears it in. Low. After the puck. He goes behind the net. Feeds it back. Messier at center ice for Anderson. Anderson for Sutter. Sutter over the line. Delvane. He's chased into the corner. Sutter feeding it back. Sweden on the move now. Out comes Sundstrom. This is Patrick Sundstrom to the line. Sundstrom to Peter Sundstrom. Shot it in there. Standing right up on the play was Lamelin. Gave him no room to shoot. Out at the blue line, Delvane. Delvane turning, feeds it to the line, but Tonelli moving up ice now with Sutter. Tonelli, Bossy trailing on the play. Chased up against the boards, fed it back to Sutter, but Sutter at least to Bossy, and he was checked. Out comes Nielsen now. Good tempo. Here's Nielsen, feeding it over to an open wing. Eldebrink is there. He shoots it in. Lemelin slows it up behind the net. Low around the boards for Bossy. Bossy relaying it. Gretzky after it, but way out of his net is Lindmark. Clears it to center ice. Stayan up against the boards. Over now for Eriksson. Eriksson, a good move. He moves in. On top of him is Wilson. The puck rolls ahead of him. Goulet against the boards. And it's knocked away, and here's Gretzky. Gretzky with Middleton. Middleton moving for the net. Drops it for Wilson. The shot. Wilson gets another whack at it as he was going down. Out comes Sweden. Håkan Lube. Down over the line. Drops the puck for Stayan. Good move for Nielsen. Nielsen still with that puck, and he was checked twice before he gave it up. Now a 2-on-1. Coffey, and the lead pass was intercepted. It was a bad pass. Delvane was there. Now here's the shot from just inside the line by Coffey. Team Canada will make changes. Good action. Sundstrom along the boards. Neslin, he's checked. At center ice and back in over the line comes Middleton. And he worked for the corner. He's knocked down. Fans want a penalty. Low. Behind the net now, Middleton. Middleton out in front for Anderson. Middleton again. He gets it through the goal mouth area. And there was nobody there. Now Neslin at center ice. Neslin baiting at the line. He's got a man offside. Had to move back a bit. Now Canada takes over. Cross ice. Cleared off the boards by Neslin, but not out. Lindmark leaves it for Neslin to the side of the net. Out at center ice. Tapped back by Sundstrom. This is the other Sundstrom. Patrick over the line now trying to work for the net, and he is tied up by Lowe very nicely, and Tonelli starts out. Two men trapped. Here's Gardner. Gardner working to the line, tries to split through. Here's Tonelli moving in. He shot it wide. Rushed his shot. At center ice once again. This is end to end. Sundstrom over the line. Sundstrom and it's fed back out to center ice again. Telene, Eldebrink. Eldebrink back near his line. Off Radin's stick, and it flips up into the crowd, and it's called for a face-off. 4:47 left in the period. This is Labatt Canada Cup on CTV.
Great end-to-end action there by both Sweden and Canada. Both teams getting caught in their own end zone, and 2-on-1s, 3-on-1s. Lots of action.
Well, Sweden's trying to open it up now. They're looking for that goal. They don't want to open it up too soon. Darryl, that's one of the things that, you do that, you give up a goal that'll kill you with a couple of minutes left. So see if you can get a break and get the goal to tie it. If not, then maybe with 2 minutes left, you try to really go on the offense, pull your goaltender. Here's Bourne. Of course, there's overtime. Should this be tied after regulation? Radin shooting it back in again. Lemelin behind the net, head off the boards, out to center ice. Telene knocks it down. Now Bourne. Bourne moving up. Fresh legs out there right now. Bourne. Wilson throws a check against the boards. Bossy's raped in there as well. Bossy kicks it free, comes away with the puck. To Bourne. Bourne over the line. Bourne, Sutter going for the net. Bourne turning. He's forced to cough it up as he spun around. He had no juice on that pass at all. And Sweden back with it now. This is Sandstrom. Sandstrom shooting it in. Deep in his own zone. It's Lowe. Lowe around the boards on the far side. Now starting out, it's Lowe ahead. Lowe moving up ice, shooting it in. Behind his net is Eldebrink. Staying against the boards. Sweden moving up now at center ice. Clear to an open wing. The defense moves up. Cleared ahead by Thomas Eriksson over the line. Now here's a shot wide, and Lemelin did a good job coming out to cut any angle off. Great scoring chance there by Håkan Lube. Nielsen feeding it back into his own zone. Eldebrink. Eldebrink ahead for Lube. He's been dangerous all night long. Lube down to the line, trying to sweep around the defense. Lube cutting for the net. Shoots it. And Lemelin made the save. Puck on the side of the net, Gretzky. Gretzky ahead. Middleton couldn't reach that pass, but Goulet's hustling after it. Goulet checking on him is Eriksson. Also trailing on the play is Middleton. He's in against the boards along with Eldebrink. And it's Nielsen who comes back. Play ended. That was Gretzky inside the zone. Over the line comes Nielsen. Trying to feed it through, and Anderson's got it. Ahead for Messier. Messier with a Gardner. Messier. Anderson. Anderson shoots it. He's wide of the net with that. Now against the boards. Coffey. Coffey at center ice. Robinson. Robinson just shoots it in. Neslin picking it up against the boards now. He tried to let it go, and it deflected up over the glass. We'll have a face-off. 2:31 left in regulation time. This is Labatt's Canada Cup on CTV. Ron Rush along with Darryl Sittler. We're in the Northlands Coliseum. I would say that it's a little better than Canada hanging on here. They played a lot better in the last 7 or 8 minutes of this hockey game. They've been a little more snap to their play than there had been through a period and a half. Play in the Swedish zone now. Back to Wilson. Wilson shooting it in front of the net. I'll tell you one thing. If Sweden doesn't tie this up, they will not go home hanging their heads. They have come back. They've showed a great deal to everybody in this hockey game, but they are anything but out of it yet with 2:08 left. They are looking for that goal now. At center ice, coming to the line is Sundstrom. Sundstrom is double-teamed as he hits the line. Messier, less than 2 minutes left in this now. Robinson clearing it around the boards now. Moving in after it is Stayan. Checked by Anderson. Here's the shot. The save is made. Might have missed the net in any case. Wilson ahead for Messier. Messier just eases it out through center ice. And it's called for a face-off, or at least back down in the Swedish zone. Now cleared all the way up the ice. This will be icing. Called for a face-off back in the Swedish zone. 1:35 left in regulation time. We look down at the Swedish bench, some last-minute instructions to Håkan Loob. .6-5 the score. Remember, Canada led this game 5-0. They have been outscored 5-1 since then. Sutter, Tonelli, Bossy out there. And it'll be Sutter taking the draw against Thomas Stayen. Nielsen out at center ice. Bork to the line again. Over the line is Sutter. Brought to the line by Nielsen. Taps it back. Now Eriksson will try to get it organized now. This is down in the Team Canada zone. Goaltender has gone out of the net now. The puck is cleared down into the Swedish zone. Eldebrink clearing it up ice. It's chopped away. There's a shot. They score! Checked away, and Mike Bossy floating inside the blue line, but it was offside. It cleared the line, came back in, and it has been waved off. Bossy was floating inside the blue line. It just cleared the line and came back.
Well, Sweden still has a life here with 1 minute and 5 seconds left. There's Bossy inside the line.
Good job by Tonelli to check it away. There's that quick release of Bossy. It was offside. It was outside. The line was cleared back towards the line. But Tonelli got it still outside the blue line. Boy, I'll tell you, Brian Lewis has had a few things to call in this game. It has not been an uneventful night for the referee.
Well, he's had a few tough calls, starting off with that goal. Could have been disallowed. The one Team Canada scored early in the hockey game when the nets were off its mooring, but he didn't see it, and they counted it. He's had some tough calls in the penalties, too.
Now we've had a timeout called, and there's Leif Bork talking to his team. Boy, that's a huddle. It looks like a scrum down there. There's Lindmark, who will probably go into the nets, or at least halfway between the blue line and the net for the faceoff. Canada is leading by a goal with 1:05 left. They're that far away from winning the Canada Cup. Here's a good view of the offside. The puck came back. Now there's Tonelli reaching for it. Whoa, right at the line, but there was out and over and a man still trapped inside. There was no question about the offside. The linesman called that. There's Wayne Gretzky, leading scorer in this tournament. Big man in this game is Nielsen with 2 goals and 2 assists. Face off outside the blue line. Stayen will take it there. Gretzky over for Middleton. Middleton shooting it back in again. Eriksson at the side of his net now. We'll watch the goaltender again. Bourne trying to force it out in front. 54 seconds left now. Back it comes. Eriksson along the boards. Back is Loob. Here is Bourne. Now Eldebrink comes out. There goes the goaltender. It's cleared into the Team Canada zone now. They're looking for the icing, and they got it. Face-off down in the Swedish zone with 37 seconds remaining.
Sweden has to get that puck down in Team Canada's zone. Maybe try to take a face-off. Give their goalie time to get out and maybe get organized there.
Now, what do? You put out every skater you got. Great skater. Neslin's coming out. The Sundströms. Anderson on defense. And Canada, a little meeting at the top rim of the circle. That's been quite a line, those 3 guys. Sutter, Tonelli, Bossy.
Well, they've been the most consistent line throughout the tournament on any of the teams there.
There's the story. Canada 37 seconds away from the Canada Cup. Only one thing in the way is Team Sweden.
Well, they have to be awful proud of themselves the way they've come back in this hockey game. They've got time yet.
Sutter to take the draw. Here's Coffey. Coffey getting set now. Canada won a very important draw there. Sutter winning that. Tonelli. Tonelli getting into the side of the net. Now Sweden in possession. They start out and split out to the blue line to center ice. Naslund. Naslund moving to the line. He is knocked off balance by Sutter. Now it's cleared in. The net is empty. Coffey. Coffey feeding it up off the glass and down into the Swedish zone. Telvain going back for it, cutting in front of his own net with 13 seconds left. Out to center ice and is cleared in. It's around behind the net. Sweden was called on a two-line pass. It looked like a two-line pass, and the whistle couldn't be heard with the roar of the crowd here. And with 9 seconds left, there'll be a face-off between the red line and the blue line in the center ice zone. Sutter won a very important draw down in the Swedish zone, which cost Sweden about 25 seconds.
And that's what you want to do so your team gets possession of the puck. The whistle was blowing down there. The pass was knocked down with a glover directed forward, and that's why
I don't know why Lindmark is still on the ice. With 9 seconds left, there's absolutely no sense having a goaltender standing there at the blue line.
You might be better off to have one of your defensemen or a forward standing back in the area to protect your net just in case you do lose the face-off, but then skate up with the play as it comes.
Lindmark is right up there. Oh, they're going to haul him off, I think. That's crazy to do that with 9 seconds left. There's no way he's even become a factor. Well, maybe they're not. They brought him to the bench. He's talking with Leif Bourque. Now he comes off. All right. So now it's going to be Tonelli taking the draw against Nielsen. Tonelli shoots it in. That's the hockey game. 6 seconds left. Back to get it. Around behind the net. Canada on the verge of winning the Canada Cup. It's all over. Canada wins the Canada Cup for the second time. And the celebration is on here at the Northlands Coliseum. It looked easy at the beginning. At the end, it certainly was not. The final score, Canada 6, Sweden 5. This is Labatt's Canada Cup on CT.